Are you willing to sacrifice your life?
This is row 1, seat 1.
Well, this is nice. When did we start doing this? Nobody told me about this. I thought everything sucked now. Do you have a card?
You shake my bones and you rattle my balls.
I'm going to, okay? Jada, I love him. Can't wait to see it. All right?
Luck is for dudes.
I'm like, Joey can't get to his damn computer and phone fast enough to just smash everything he can possibly say.
That means every fucking thing to me.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride, baby. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this glorious Election Tuesday. It is another wonderful evening here, right? It is another wonderful evening right here on the one, the only,
On what?
the New Bedford guy, Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, coming at you live. Another episode number, what is this, 378, 379? I don't even fucking remember.
You're keeping count?
We're almost at 400, boys.
What happens?
We're gonna be at 400 right around, I believe, the Super Bowl, if my math is correct.
Wait, how would Jim? Wait, 400 would be the what? The quincentennial? How would Jim Irsay put it with his quintile, whatever the fuck he likes to
We
say?
are in the upper quintile of the quintile of the upper quintile.
Quintile would be 5.
Oh, is it? I don't know what fucking 4 is.
What did he say? What did Irsay say?
I was quadrile. I don't fucking know. I was trying to make fun of
Quartile.
Jim Irsay.
Oh, quartile. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I
quartile.
don't know.
Sorry, you guys were messing with me. You're like quadrillion, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell the word is anymore.
No. I was just being a dick. But obviously nothing new.
I was just trying to make fun of Jim Irsay. That's all.
Hey, Quentin, what's up, man? Yeah, Jim Irsay. We got a lot to talk about with Jim Irsay tonight. We got a lot to talk about in a lot of things. We got a lot to talk about with Tom Brady. We got a lot to talk about with Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady, don't be
We
flirting
got
with
a
me.
lot to talk about with my guy Russ Wilson, even though they didn't play. We got a lot to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, the Tennessee Titans, the New England fucking Patriots,
Broncos.
the Jets, Jets, who beat my beloved Buffalo Bills
Man,
this
shut
weekend.
the hell up.
I know.
Josh Allen,
Dead.
hurt. Sean, glowing with excitement.
I know.
He's like,
You
finally,
asshole.
after 5 years, I'm gonna get it right.
First of all, it's been 2. I've only been talking shit about him for 2 years, and I said
You've been talking shit about him since day one.
no, day 1 I was like, oh, he's trash, he's overrated, and then like for the first 2 years I was dead on, and then year 3 he's like, I have Josh Diggs, and then all of a sudden he's great. Josh Diggs, no,
Stephon Diggs. We knew it
Sorry,
was.
Yeah.
I have Stephon Diggs, and I was like, it's Stephon Diggs making him great, not him. He's a fucking clown.
No, he's pretty great. But we'll see.
He's dick.
He also might be a little banged up. But anyway, thank you all for joining us. Row 1, seat 1, Joey Fats Radio. I am your host, Joey Fats. With me, as always, Plizzy and Sean.
Hi.
774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. Phones are open, ready to roll. I believe they are on. Yes, they are. We're good to go. We're going to get into Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. We're going to get into all things, basically all things AFC West, AFC East, NFC East. So for you Cowboys and Giants fans, we got a lot to talk about there. We got a lot to talk about in the NFC North. The Vikings? Who knew?
Kirk Cousins straight gangster.
Fucking Kirk Cousins going straight vanilla ice.
Who told him to take off his shirt?
I don't know, but I like him. Whoever it was gave that man great motherfucking advice.
But you know why? It's because he was playing regular time, not prime time.
Exactly. And don't they have a primetime game coming up this week?
He's going to fold like them chairs.
They got the Bills, right? Vikings Bills on Sunday?
Oh, they might get lucky because they might not have
they might not have Josh
J.A.
Allen. Yeah.
Oh wow, they just
So they might
pick the right time.
They might dodge a bullet.
The dominoes.
But anyway, go ahead and give us a like and a share if you are watching this show right now and you want to just listen to the audio only. You can go to www.mixler, M-I-X-L-R, mixler.com/Joey-Fats, and you can get the live feed right there. We've got it's actually been a pretty popular feature the last few weeks. A lot of people have been using it, which is nice.
Which feature?
Mixler.
Oh,
People
good,
are still
good,
using
good,
Mixler, which I love because it's audio only. I mean, I know when I listen to my when I listen to podcasts or I watch stuff, the last thing I want to do is tie up my phone with one thing. Like I like to listen to something on Spotify and then go and like play the Wordle or browse Reddit
Do other
or
shit, yeah.
play Boom Beach, whatever it is that I'm doing.
Mixler is where people like Steve
but-
Buckley have heard us. Mixler is where
Yeah.
people like other like local sports anchors have listened to our show and heard, because they were like, "Oh, I heard your show on Mixler," and I'm like, "That's fucking crazy."
I wonder. If,
That's
I
awesome.
wonder if Warren Moon ever heard us on Mixler. Probably.
On Mixler, tough to know.
He's probably listened to us a couple of times since the last time he
Yeah,
was on.
probably.
But he still talks to me on Twitter every once in a while. Still get a little like and a little
Yeah.
like a little, hey, what's up? I remember you kind of thing.
That's cool.
And it's cool because Warren Moon he's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. Like,
Right.
dude's just an absolute beast. But we'll get into the Tennessee Titans, the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll get into the Bengals. We'll get into the Patriots. We got a ton of stuff to get into. We're going to get into my Astros, boys. My Stros.
I'm not mad.
Bringing
but, like,
another one home.
I feel like nobody cared.
Dude, I
At
didn't
all.
watch a single second of the World Series this year, which is crazy because the
I
last
didn't-
couple of years,
I didn't realize what Nate was on.
definitely
I literally
watched a
watched
lot.
every second I could.
Yeah, I
The
didn't watch
problem was
much.
I was at work for a bunch of them.
Yeah, me too.
And so, like, when I got out of work, I think it was last Thursday night, when they no-hit, because there was the no-hitter. It was Thursday
Yeah.
night. And they had 4 different pitchers over 9 innings, and they no-hit the Phillies. And I remember I'm on my way home, and I pull the game up on, like, I went and, like, found the stream, and I pulled it up, and I was just using it like I was listening to the radio. And I just remember just, like, putting it in my holder on my dash, and just I had it like it was just like right there. So I'm like driving down 495, and I'm like watching. I'm like, come on.
I'm
Come
driving.
on. I'm like,
not watching the road
I'm
at
that
all.
fucking guy tonight. I don't care. So anyway, the Stros bring home another World Series. No ass trick on this one,
You
bitches. The amount of people that came out immediately and was like, they're cheating.
How does it feel? It's just stupid. No matter what happens.
I don't
cheating.
give it. Honestly, I don't fucking care.
I know, it's stupid.
We cheated to win the fucking one in 2017.
Cheated.
Don't fucking care. Did they take it out of the record books? No. All right. Still our champ. Still our World Series.
Hey, I wish Belichick
I was
brought
saying,
out some goddamn
Patriots still got
cameras.
6. Patriots still have 6.
Should have fucking more.
Last I checked,
Should've had 7.
they didn't take it out of the record books. Therefore, we won. Just like in 2000 or 2001 when the Lakers played the Kings in the finals, and everybody was like,
The Kings.
yeah, Sacramento. And
I know. I
remember, and they were like, ooh, they're like, y'all fucked up. That was a bullshit series. And we were like,
Meh.
and then you go back and watch it now,
Wasn't
and you're
Donaghy
like,
part of that series?
he might have been. He wasn't the head official,
Yeah,
but I think he
no,
was a
but
part
he
of
was
it.
Part of that.
He's
But-
like, oh man, there's a piece of ice on the floor.
You
Yeah.
watched that documentary, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
alright,
duh.
I'm pretty-
Everyone
yeah,
has.
I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah.
sure
It was.
Donaghy-
It was pretty bad.
The NFL,
I
hey,
was like, wow, this dude's
I mean,
connected,
self-admittedly, as a Lakers fan, I'm like, we may or may not have benefited from some smart money. But you know what, though? In the end, the smart money was on L.A. Smart money always wins.
whatever happened to the NFL recently, investigating those 2 referees for asking for autographs immediately at the end of the
I
bucket
heard
list?
nothing
That story
about
got
it.
swept under the rug
Rug,
about as
yeah.
quickly as it appeared.
I know.
Yeah.
All the
I mean, did you
the
expect
NFL
anything else?
No, of course. The NFL's like, oh yeah, this is interesting.
Oh yeah, we saw.
Wait, no, actually, convenient timing. They're like, oh, that's it. Dan Snyder's a rapist.
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
they just scream something
They're like,
else out.
Dan Snyder is the worst owner of all time. And
Yeah.
he's, Dan, do you have something you want to say? He's like, yeah, I think we're going to look into selling the team. They're like, you see, he's going to sell the team. This racist prick who refused to change the name for 20-something years finally is going to fucking do it. Can you imagine? I want, for no other reason, Dan Snyder might be the worst owner in the NFL whose last name isn't Davis. And I still do not want him to be outed. Only because he was the last person to agree to change the name from the Redskins to the Commanders. He wanted to keep the Redskins name. He wanted to keep tradition alive.
Right, which is
And
good, and I like that.
For all of his faults and all of his shortcomings as an owner and putting a good team on the field, the fight he fought, I feel, was the best one because the Redskins should still be the Redskins. They'll
think
always
so.
be the
Okay,
Redskins.
wait. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Dan Snyder is selling the team through Bank of America. I don't know why he had to publicly announce through Bank of America. But that was strange.
Because he
Probably
had,
under the contract in which
because they probably forced him to.
Yeah, because he hired them and they were like,
They're
by
like,
the way.
oh, Dan, by the way, we know you have a bunch of accounts with us, so if you want to keep those, you better fucking drop a fucking.
What would happen if a Native American group bought the Commanders and they said we're going to change it back to the Redskins?
White people would lose their fucking minds.
Wait, no, you can't do that.
Middle class white women would implode.
I said I was sorry for no goddamn reason for you guys.
They'd all be like Sharon Osbourne with BLM. They're like, I want my money back, you bitch.
Well, immediately as soon as they said Dan Snyder's selling the team, my first thought was, I wonder if the new owner is going to accept the Commander's name, or he's going to be like, no, I want to change the team to my name, what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Can they do that?
Why not? The
Ownership?
new owner? Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it'd have to get approved by the other 31 owners.
That's what I'm saying. It probably has to go through some
could you imagine if a minority, so let's say
like what group owns like Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun? Like
yeah,
those,
let's
say what
group? Let's say they bought the Commanders, right? And which would be stupid for the NFL to even allow that to happen because ultimately the other 31 owners have the final say in this. But let's just say hypothetically that happened, right? And then they do. And then the 31 other owners allow a Native American group to come in and they're like, we want to honor our people. I don't know why they're Japanese.
Why are they Asian?
I don't know.
What the fuck, dude?
That's a horrible accent.
Sorry, I'm trying to do my. I can't. I'm sorry.
That was a South Park Asian voice.
How? Leave her alone. No, but I want to know, like, if they allowed a Native American group to come in and they're like, we want to change the name back to the Commanders as Chief Running Bull would have presided over. And you're like, and then the other 31 owners are like, fuck, like if we tell these Native Americans no, you can't name them the Redskins because that's racist, but they're literal Redskins and they want to name them the Redskins again.
From like a family lineage point.
What the fuck? Yeah, they're like, what do we do?
Honor.
And then the NFL would somehow have to spin this into, like you said, like into some like, well, this is a way to honor them. And it's like, yeah, that's what we've been doing for the last 50 years.
The Washington
and they're like,
Redskins.
no. This is different this time. And then all like the Native American owners would just sit there going, ha 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 ha.
Borderline now. I think it's part of that part. That part.
We used to call your mother Doe with Wide Canyon.
What is that from?
South Park.
Was that South Park?
Yeah.
That reminded me of that food movie where all the food was talking. With
Oh,
Seth Rogen.
shit. I remember that movie.
Oh, fuck.
Sausage Fest?
Yeah, Sausage Fest. That movie was fucking funny, actually.
Yeah, it was. It was like sneaky funny.
By the way, my buddy just texted me and said that Neil Brennan just dropped a new Netflix special.
Who?
Neil Brennan.
Who's Neil Brennan?
He was Dave Chappelle's right-hand man in
No.
Half-Baked and Chappelle Show.
The guy that Chappelle basically told.
You've never seen Neil Brennan?
No, I know exactly who it is now.
You've seen his
name.
stand-up, 3 mics, right?
Yes, but I didn't know like his name was
Is he
Neil
the
Brennan.
Canadian guy?
No, he's like this, like, he's a skinny little dude
White
with
dude.
glasses,
Yep.
like kind of geeky looking.
You've seen him.
Never
He's a facial recognized, but you don't know his name.
Everybody, 90% of the reason why you laughed at Chappelle's show was
Well, it was
I'll say
collaborative.
nine.
It was collaborative.
50% of the reason you laughed at Chappelle's show
40.
was because of Neil Brennan.
Yeah.
Neil Brennan was one of the primary writers.
A little salt added.
Yeah, Neil Brennan's a funny motherfucker.
I have absolutely no idea who the fuck this guy is.
Yes,
Dude,
you do.
you got to watch his special.
I've never
He's got
Look
2
at-
specials
go,
on Netflix
Scroll up
now.
and like see what he's done, what he's been in. You'll notice some of the shit.
Portfolio.
He's got a special on Netflix called 3 Mics. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend
there.
it. Highly recommend it. It is one of my all-time favorite stand-up comedy. It's right up there with like the original Richard Pryor that I used to watch on pay-per-view back when
Man.
we used to steal DirecTV in the early 2000s.
Original Richard Pryor was amazing. Original George Carlin, amazing.
George Carlin.
Carlin still holds up to today.
They were visionaries.
He told like he knew the future.
Well, it's why we always say the left can't meme, because they don't have a sense of humor. That's why. And
Did you watch that? Was it the Bill Burr skit about Kanye? He nailed Kanye what was going to happen.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I sent that in the group chat. And
Oh,
it
you
was-
did? I didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't see that.
It was just basically Bill Burr 18 months ago saying, when Kanye talks, close your eyes. don't picture anybody when you hear Kanye talk. He goes, I give it a year and a half before he's blaming the Jews for his problems, and he's saying 9. Hey, literally, it was like almost like a year and a half from when he made that joke on a comedy special to like when Kanye came out and made those like.
Well, you got to know that the Hollywood
Jewish
elites,
type things.
the Hollywood elites, they even if they're not elites, the Hollywood people who are connected, they know. Like it's just like when Family Guy did the Bruce Jenner thing when he was on the USO show, and they're like, "All right, boys, here's a little taste just to remind you what you're fighting for." And Bruce Jenner comes out and does like the little like you just get the scarf on, does like the little dance on the battleship, and all the guys like, "Oh," like doing the whole fucking like cartoon thing.
Boa, isn't it?
And they were like, and everybody would, Boa. Thank you. And they were like, good call. And they were like,
I don't know why I know that.
and they interviewed Seth MacFarlane later on. They were like, did you know? And he was like, yes. And they're like, how? And he's like, can't say, but we knew. That's it. He's like, maybe someday when the heat dies down, I'll be able to,
He knew a guy that had sex with him or something like that.
something along those. But he
his
knew.
pool
Well, no,
boy
he knew Bruce Jenner was transitioning, and so that's why Family Guy was like 10 years ahead of the curve on the on the Caitlyn Jenner thing. And then I mean, South Park obviously slam dunked it home when he
McFarlane was probably at a Kardashian party or something.
They made him Garrison's vice president.
Yeah, he probably dropped the fucking ticket stub from the Leota Express out of his bag or something. McFarlane picked it up and was like, son of a bitch.
Oh, Bruce Jenner was definitely on fucking Epstein Island.
Yeah.
100%. Definitely having sex with
dude's
little
a
kids.
weirdo.
Sorry, Durant, I saw you called. My bad. I didn't even see that. I wasn't.
I didn't hear it.
Poor Durant, man.
No, it was muted. I had the phone muted. So I didn't realize. Usually I wait for it to light
Durant's
up.
on the train. I know he is. Like the train I was going all off season. I'm like, everyone's gonna hate him, and I was just like, rubbing my hands together.
So,
Who, McDaniel?
oh god.
oh, speaking of Durant
we
too.
already hated
By the
him
way,
anyway, but-
so me, Paul, and Durant played. Do you have the new Call of Duty yet?
No, I'm setting up my PlayStation again.
Bruh.
You should be happy. I'm looking for my PlayStation to set
Bruh.
it up.
What PlayStation?
Let me tell
Oh,
you.
6 out of 5 if you're looking for it to set it up.
Let me tell you, Sean. Right now,
Can the four
Last
play, can the
night-
four play it?
what?
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the 4
PS4? I didn't know if I had to have a 5.
Bro,
'cause
I
if
got
No,
I
no.
got an Xbox One
Well,
still.
yeah, so does my brother. I have a
Xbox
Series
One-
X. And
What's
it looks
Xbox One? Is that the same
The
as
old
PS4?
one.
I don't know
Xbox
anymore.
One is PS4, where Xbox Series X is
Gotcha.
PS5.
Yes, thank you.
I have a Series X because I'm just cool like that.
All right. Forgot you had.
I'm gonna tell you. So me, Paul, and Durant played Call of Duty last night.
oh
Yeah.
my god.
Bro, that is the most fun I've had playing Call of Duty in at least 10 years.
I had to ask Monique one time. I'm like, I'm gonna be playing COD again tonight. Even though she's gotta wake up at 8 in the morning, I'm like, I really gotta get a TV for the downstairs.
So I'm setting up my downstairs this week. and
Sean.
I'm really getting into it.
Dude.
I'm finding my
Sean,
PlayStation. I have headphones.
It was awesome. Bro, I'm telling you, when
I felt like I was like
when
23
we
again
got
or
to
whatever
when
the
when
fuck
we
age
got
I
to
was.
sit there, we got into a game. I forget what it was. I don't know if it was Capture the Prisoner or whatever it was.
Whatever the weird
Whoever
ass
gives you- it was
game
one of those games where it's like you play
the
one
flag, yeah.
side and then you die and you don't respond.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the next point. And we were down 5-1, and we won a
We
game
won
5-2.
6-5.
And then we ended up winning 6-5. But in the process of this, right, we're up like 5-2. We come back with like 5-2, 5-3. 5-4. And this kid's like telling me, he's like, bro, he's like, go play with your kids. Go play with your kids. And I was like, sorry, dude, can't play with my kids. Left them all over your mom's tits. Like, it's back to that.
It's-
like, we're back to that, baby.
Dude.
It was fucking awesome.
It was the most shit talk. I was having, like, for a little while, I couldn't get, like, the chat because I fucking muted, or it came, like, default mute because I didn't do any of this shit because I had to figure it out. And I go to game chat and I can't hear shit. I can't hear anybody. I'm fuck off. Like, so go to party chat and I'm talking to whoever's still in party chat, either Keith or fucking, or maybe, I think Durant maybe once or twice because he jumped back because he realized he couldn't hear me. And once I finally figured out and we all started running our fucking mouths after the fact, like, especially when we came
You're gonna
back
get
from
banned.
5 down. No, dude. It's back
packed,
to like
bro.
the 2008, 2009. Go fuck yourself, you little loser type shit. Like
you
talking
can say
shit
the
to
F
kids.
word.
Like it's awesome,
You sure?
dude.
Bro, I said
Oh,
faggot
that's
so
all
many
I
times.
see.
Jesus.
Dude.
You can't say that on Facebook.
All right.
Dude, friggin' my
That's why
girl,
you get banned.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
my girl,
Faggot, faggity, fag.
You. That's why you're like, I'm banned.
dude, I was sitting there covering my mic, just going, fuck you, because I couldn't say anything loud because when he's sleeping, so I'm like, shit, I can't
Dude.
like rub my mouth, so I'm just going, fuck you.
It was the
Oh,
most.
that's
It was
very
the most.
funny, dude.
It was the most fun I've had playing Call of Duty in literally a decade.
You
It was
sound
hilarious.
like a serial killer.
Yeah.
All right, Jeffrey.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna make a new name, Jeffy Dama. Just
Nah,
gonna sign
Slippy
on.
Fist
My
5,
name is
get at me.
Hefe
Jesus.
Dama. It was honestly, dude. It was the most fun I've had playing a first-person shooter since probably.
2009.
Yeah, it's been over a decade since I've enjoyed a game like this, and it was fun because everybody was participating. So like we're getting in between points, you get to talk shit to the other team, and then you get to talk shit to them pregame, postgame, and everything else. And it, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know why, but like you know me, I love to talk shit.
Yeah.
I am a shit talker.
Yeah.
I am a born and bred shit talker. Like I might not always win every little quip and battle that I have, but I've definitely won more than I've lost.
Dude, could you
and
imagine?
this just it plays to my strengths.
It's a good time. I could not believe how much fun I had last night. I completely forgot how awesome it was when you could talk shit. But I just can't imagine being like in 2009 when the creators were sitting there and they were like, hey, when you kill somebody, you should definitely be able to chime in on their mic just to hear their reaction to you killing them.
You're
And
supposed to-
they
it's
like,
supposed to
that's a
be-
great idea. And then like 3 years later, they were like, bloodshot. I was like, what the fuck did we do?
So
The
the original,
SpongeBob meme, like,
the original idea behind that was that you were supposed to be able to hear the other team's communication, so that way you have a little bit of a tactical advantage if they were talking about like. And then everyone just used it to like being like,
Fuck you, bitch. Your
Yeah.
mother sucks dicks.
yeah.
Oh.
And then like imagine if your character's like dying in the real world and he's just like, oh, F you piece of shit. You asshole." It's like if your last words alive would not be all this trash talk.
Go fuck yourself, you
I
cocksucker.
absolutely fucking loved it. I
Jesus.
adore it. It's fucking awesome.
So fun.
Can't wait to play it after the show. Like,
Insane
that's the
people.
first thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna upload the show,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna fire
Not
some
even hanging around. I'm
Call
just
of
heading
Duty.
right back to the
Yeah,
house.
no, I don't want you
Later.
hanging around. I want you to get the fuck up out of here. Well, you can
So
hang
good.
around for a little bit, but
I
whatever.
want you to get out of my house. Actually, hang around for a bit.
Maybe a
But
drink.
whatever. It's we'll talk more as that goes on. But anyway, let's get into some sports, boys. We got a lot of sports conversation to get to. We got the Raiders. We got Josh McDaniels, who could be next on the hot seat. Paul, your team just hired a fucking guy who was sitting in the ESPN booth, who obviously, according to Jameel Hill, even though she was a former coworker of Jeff Saturday's, and according to her, loves him. She thinks it's racist that Jeff Saturday got the Colts job.
What?
But
Yeah, of course.
I got the tweet for you. We'll pull that up in a little bit. But let's start off. Where do we want to start, boys? Do you want to start with the Chiefs and the Titans from Sunday Night Football? Because I really feel like this game to me was symbolic in a lot of ways. There was a lot.
Holy shit!
What?
Herschel Walker is in the lead in Georgia.
Nice.
Are you surprised? I mean,
I mean, a little bit. I mean, Herschel Walker did some crazy shit.
not really.
I mean, he's out there. He's
I
a
heard
little,
some
little nuts.
borderline.
What did he say?
What was it? Something about
Hold on.
like prisoner workforce type shit, kind of camp things or something.
Yeah,
like,
he's
not like
pro law
that,
enforcement,
but-
anti-criminal.
No, I know.
No, hold on.
I can't remember. I'd be talking shit. I'd be lying if I.
I'd be
had a
voting for Herschel
quote.
Walker right now if I was in Georgia.
If I was in Georgia, I'd be voting for him too.
I voted Republican straight down the ticket today.
Yep.
Except for one, I voted for John Saunders because friend of the family. Sup?
I voted Republican straight down the board, and if it was a Democrat, I wrote Joey in. I literally wrote Fats in 4 times, and I was like, vote for him. Vote
Jesus.
for him.
Yes.
I
If
will not vote for a Democrat. I refuse to.
everybody should write me in when they go to vote next year. They should write me in under Mark Montigny's name.
My God.
Just write Joey Fats
The only time I would ever vote for a Democrat if it was
because he
like,
runs. It's not because I think I'm going to win. And I like Mark. Mark's a friend of the family. He's he's actually up until he signed on that move to remove qualified immunity from law enforcement, which we work in. He was the only Democrat that I routinely voted for every single time.
Right.
I always felt very bipartisan when I would color in Mark Montague because I know he's a good guy. I know Mark. I know him personally. you know, I waited on him when he used to come into my restaurant. He was friends with our parents when they were kids, even though my dad probably bullied the shit out of him at one point.
So we hear.
So we hear. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Mark's a good dude. His mom is a sweetheart. Like that I like Mark Montigny. I really do. As a public figure, I don't really. We agree next to nothing on politics, and that's fine. I'm okay with not with having friends that I don't agree with. That's kind of the whole point. Social media has taken that away, I feel. And just to get off my high horse here real quick. Anyway, my point was I voted. The only reason I didn't vote for Mark was because he signed that bill that wanted to remove the qualified immunity from law enforcement officers a year and a half ago, a year ago, whatever it was. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't get behind you anymore. Like, you put your name on that bill, that means you're actively trying to pursue me being able to lose my job because I didn't give a guy doing life without parole a roll of toilet paper. Right. That's what it boils down to. So now I just pencil in my own name underneath his. Yeah. And I'm going to convince as many people as I possibly can to do the same. And, you know, maybe I'll test the waters. You know, maybe I'll just test the fucking waters. Maybe one day I'll get bored. I'll retire and I'll say, you know what, I'm going to run for fucking Mark Senate spot. You know, whatever. Fuck you. Do it. Yeah, maybe I'll make him actually have to work to keep it. I'm not going to beat him. It's Massachusetts.
Right.
I'll have an R next to my name. And I'll be pro common sense and, like, you know, anti-crime and anti-abortion and anti-whatever, like, you know, whatever along the party lines it goes. You know, I won't be anti-abortion. I don't believe the government should actually be able to tell you what to do with your body.
It's like one of the only things that I
agree
with.
I know. It's funny because, like, abortion is one of those funny things. Morally, I'm very pro the government not being able to tell you what the fuck to do whenever you do it.
Right.
So I think by default, I become pro-choice. That makes sense, right? Like, I don't want the government to tell me what I can or can't do.
Right.
So in that case, I don't want the government to tell me I can't have an abortion. Because no, I'm making this choice, not you.
I agree. I'm pro-choice. I'll say it right now. Fuck it.
Yeah, pro-choice.
100%. I'm pro-choice. The only Democratic thing I agree with.
Yeah, agreed. Joey Fats Radio, row 1C.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yo, what up, Doug?
Whoa.
Dude,
Where the fuck? You have not called. I was beginning to wonder if you were dead.
He's been popping champagne because Laura Haley won.
Honestly, I thought the parking. I thought the meter maid might have snuffed you by this point.
Jesus.
Oh my god. I got you guys up and I got Marcus. So I'm switching back and forth, but I'm happy to be back.
Wait, you got us and who?
Show. I got Marcus up. I'm gonna check in and out, but
Marcus,
I'm happy to listen to you guys.
Marcus.
He's got that radio show, that politics show too.
Marcus Farrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on BSM right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's live right now.
I called it a little while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he does that every
Oh,
election.
we should call him.
No,
Yeah,
you
that'd be
should call him.
I'll call him right now.
Yeah, get him on the radio.
Fats, I don't want to talk politics to you, but I have one question. I have no.
Why not? Why
horse
don't
in
you
the
want to talk
Hodgkin-
politics, Pat?
Everybody knows why.
I have no horse in the Hodgkin race. I'd be happy if you won. Do you like him?
Who?
Tom Hodgkin?
Hodgson, the sheriff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like him?
I mean, do I like the way he treats his employees and his COs? No. But do I like his political leanings? Yes.
Good. Okay.
Hodgson's one of those guys. Hodgson, I think he hates cons as much as I do. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
My mom told me a funny story where some guy was like, "I don't like it in here." Some prisoner, and he's like, "All right, then stop coming back." Stop freaking
That's
on.
kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, prison's not supposed to be fun. And look, I work at the state level, so
Okay.
if you're a con and you get to me, you have certainly earned your fucking way to me. Like
Gotcha.
listen, one of the biggest misconceptions I hear, and I hear this from the Monica Cannon Grants, and all these vapid cunts that just have no fucking clue what they're talking about because they've come to my prison, whatever. I can't say too much, and they've done whatever. But The people they talk to, like they're sitting there and they're like, we need these young, brilliant minds back out on the streets and in our communities. I'm like, ma'am, I'd like to stop you right there. This man just got out of the hole after 30 days because he was jerking off to female staff. He was calling fake medical codes
Right.
so the nurses would come to his room so he could jerk off to them.
Right.
Literally, that's and that's a true story. Can't say where, when, why, or how, but that's a true story.
Pretty
and then,
gross.
but then you've got like
He murdered a 3-year-old with his penis.
Ayanna Presley, who's
Serious.
like, but is he a person? Is he a POC? Is he a POC? Is he a Latinx? And it's like, dude, go fuck yourself. Honestly, like I have no fucking time or patience for the liberal end of things when it comes to dealing with crime because they just have no idea, or they do have an idea, which is actually the shitty part. I know that they know what they're doing is wrong, but they do it anyway. And that's what really chaps my fucking ass.
Well, can I talk a little Patriots?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what about him?
Sean, I don't mean to be mean to the guy all the time, but Matt doesn't look like he doesn't throw the ball downfield. He just doesn't look like he has it right now.
This offense is fucking regressed. From a year ago, this offense has regressed.
Oh yeah, I've said
and
that.
it is not Mac Jones's fault.
Wait.
Continue.
Sorry. Before anybody jumps in, Joey's right to a degree. Mac also is not helping himself.
Fucking right.
Shut up. Yeah. Mac is not helping himself in some cases, but the amount of hate he gets is ridiculous. I don't think Mac is the problem. I mean, let's take Sunday and in a micro, in a microcosm. Let's look at just Sunday alone.
Under the microscope.
How many times did he have guys open, drop the ball? He had like 3 or 4 drop passes that got hit the guys dead in the hands. He had nobody other than Ramondre Stevenson and who? Jacoby Myers get open? Nobody. Yeah. So you're getting nothing from Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne dropped 2 balls, caught another, fumbled it. Tyquan Thornton didn't get open, didn't get enough separation. Who was the other guy that fumbled? Oh, it was Jacoby. Jacoby Myers fumbled another ball, which was very unlike him as well. You actually saw a lot of good movement out from Jonnu Smith finally and Hunter Henry because the Colts are actually statistically very weak against tight end coverage. But Matt Patricia called a god-awful shit game himself. So, but at the same time, look at the offensive line. How many times is Mac Jones getting pressured consistently every game? He gets pressured, 10, 15 times a game? Way more than most quarterbacks. Plus, he gets sacked all the time. Like, he hikes the ball, and the guys are already in his face, and there's nobody open.
Shit. Yeah, I wish they would have got Adam Gase or just any offensive coordinator.
Oh, my God. I would have loved Adam Gase. He's not doing anything. Yeah. He's homeless right now.
He's a good coordinator. He's probably
a great coordinator.
Hey,
actually.
Shit, I'll take Frank Wright. Frank Wright was a great coordinator.
I was
and they
gonna
just
say,
fired
he's
his
really
ass.
not that bad of a. I mean, I liked Frank's balls.
You like Frank's balls?
Yeah, I like his balls, man. He used to go for it all out on 4th and shit like that. I mean, I get it. Like, you got to change shit up when you look that bad. Dude, I was at the game, and I tell you what, I have never even, I'm pretty sure the fucking Eagles-Patriots preseason game we went to
was more entertaining.
Was more fucking entertaining than that game. Even my girlfriend was just like, these two teams suck. And I was like, yeah.
I haven't seen a team attack a quarterback since David Carr was the quarterback of the Texans in 2002.
The way that Sam Ehlinger got absolutely annihilated.
What did he get sacked 9 times? But he was pressured 23?
I'm pretty sure Judon had
2.5.
Was it 2.5? It was 2.5 total? Because he did that in what, the first quarter? Maybe the first half or anyway?
No, he had a sack in the first quarter. 2 sacks in the first quarter.
2 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
I was just like,
he was credited with a half
and he should have had a third one, but it was hands to the face or holding or something, and they called it back. Should have had 3 in the fucking first quarter. I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is insane.
But I have never seen a game that bad where the Patriots just did not care if they have no offense. And that's like the whole mantra that's really upsetting me, is there's no hurry up. There's no urgency from the offense ever. The defense is playing out of their mind right now. I love watching the defense. And I literally, as I'm watching Sam Ehlinger drop back, I'm like, he's getting killed just like David Carr used to get killed for the Texans. Every time he drops back, he has about 3 seconds to throw the ball, and he has no one open, and he just gets killed.
Yeah.
Every single time. I'm amazed that he went back to the sidelines. I'm not sure if you saw the game in real time, if they showed him on the Jumbotron. He go back to the sidelines, he look at his coach and be like, He was just like, "What do you want me to do, guy?"
Oh well, yeah.
And then they showed Matt Ryan walk over and talk to him about some plays, and he's looking at him like, "Matt, what do you want me to do?"
There was literally nothing. There was so many times I'm just watching the ball and it gets snapped, and literally he's just cupping. He's cradling the ball and he's spinning to go down, and I'm like, what the fuck,
he would spin,
man?
run back, spin, run back, spin,
all
run back.
the time, man. I'm like, yo, he's getting ass raped out there. A couple people didn't like my choice because we actually had a good group of people around us that time, but nobody really liked when I said that because I said it pretty loud, and I was like, yeah, well, whatever.
What the Patriots fans?
I said
Who
we were
cares?
getting ass raped, and people didn't like the fact that I said ass raped. And I'm like, did you look at the fucking field? I'm like, are you watching this? This is exactly what I'm like. That was there was no other way to describe what's going on the field other than an ass raping.
They said, sir, that's a little bold.
Yeah, I'm like, this is insane. Hey, let Pat talk. Sorry, Pat, go ahead.
Oh, screw freaking. She just looks for trouble. That big bozo Hill, but I think they hired Jeff Saturday just to tank. Is that? Do you think, Paul?
I mean, probably. He said they hired Jeff Saturday just to tank the rest of the games.
I mean, all right, so here's the thing about this.
Maybe they hired him to help defensive line?
Well, Joey says that Jim Irsay is just throwing Jeff Saturday a fucking bone because he wants to coach at a high level, but that's like putting Jake Paul in the ring right now with fucking Canelo Alvarez. You got to kind of like work your way the fuck up there. I don't think this is good whatsoever for anybody, especially the locker room. Jeff Saturday's going to walk in there and be like, all right, guys, what's up? So, what kind of plays y'all want to run? You know what I mean? And they're going to be like, oh, my fucking God, are you kidding me? JT's going to want out because they're wasting his career.
He already wants
Shaq Leonard wants fucking out because they're wasting his career. Defoe's going to be fucking gone. Stephen Gilmore's like, I'm too old for this shit. The fucking Colts are just absolutely smoked right now. And the offensive coordinator they hired is 5 years younger than me, and he's never called a fucking play in his life.
If DeForest Buckner is not a Patriot next year, I will be shook.
Really? Why do you think that? Is there
Belichick, after the game, was like, oh, DeForest Buckner. He goes, unbelievable.
He's fucking nice, I know.
And then I was like, anytime Belichick praises and fawns over a guy like that.
Always.
Yo, I had no idea how big he was.
DeForest Buckner, he's 6'7".
He's fucking huge.
You can't teach that.
He was like 15 feet away from. You know how like the off the mound stops and they have the the separation, the path. He was on the other side that way, and I was still looking up. I was like, holy shit,
he's
dude.
6'7",
I'm like, how are we not going to win this fucking game? Like,
you have Andre the Giant on your team.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, he was so big. I was just like,
so
Jesus.
let me ask you this, Pat. As a Patriots fan, right? You watched that beat down to the Colts. You saw what the fallout was. What are your predictions here for the Patriots going forward? Because I think at the end of the day, look, it's all cool. We can talk about the Colts and Jeff Saturday. We'll talk to that after. But I want to get your take. You're a diehard New England fan. You love this team. You ride and die with this team every single week. Is Mac your guy? What do you think the issues are? If they're like, what does this team have to do to go on a run? Because I feel like with that loss to the Jets,
we won.
I mean, sorry, the win against the Jets and the loss to the Bears. I feel like, and then they beat the Colts. Like, I feel like the Patriots are on that loss to the Bears through the train out the tracks a little bit.
Yeah, we should have beat the Bears,
but they've righted the ship now in the last two games. So where do you see this team ending up? I mean.
I think they beat the bad teams, and I think they lose to the good teams. I know that's kind of vague, but I think it's going to be like last year. They need to get – I know Thornton's not going to be Tyreek Hill overnight. I'm not dumb, but they got to get those guys involved, get that youngster going. And for the Lord's sakes of Jesus, can we just hire an offensive coordinator, an offensive assistant that's like a Gase? I just
the most Irish I've ever heard. The Lord's sake in Jesus.
He's over there churning butter as
Pat,
he talks about it.
Pat, I'm gonna rattle through the rest of the games of this year. My theory is we have to win 5 more games than we're in.
Okay, go
Any
for
five.
it.
Any 5. This is the rest of the games. We're at home against the Jets, on the road against the Vikings, at home against the Bills, on the road against the Cardinals, on the road in Las Vegas, at home against the Bengals, at home against the Dolphins, on the road to end the Bills.
Oh, fuck that. We'll lose to the Raiders because you guys know Belichick for some reason can't beat his ex-coaches.
The good news for you, Pat, McDaniels won't be the Raiders head coach by the time the Patriots play him.
No, he'll probably be back on the Patriots by the time you play him.
Please don't put that. I will be so pissed.
All right, you can come back again.
I know you would be pissed, but honestly, at this point, like we said at the beginning, at the top of this topic,
spinning wheels.
The Patriots' offense has regressed.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you can look. I don't know if it's Matt Patricia's fault. I don't know if it's Bill Belichick's fault. I don't know if it's Mac Jones's fault. I don't really know whose fault it is. But all I know, I don't know if it's the fact that they literally have like no skill position players.
None besides
to speak of, besides a couple tight ends.
And Mondre. Mondre's amazing.
Yeah,
right now.
he's been an absolute motherfucking monster. But I don't know whose fault it is. But at the end of the day, the buck is going to stop with Belichick. And if Belichick can find a guy to come in and be like, hey, I need you to come back and run this offense the way I want it to be run, and McDaniels is like, well, okay. Because I learned this because Sean posed a question to me about Frank Reich and saying how he would love Frank Reich to be the OC for the Patriots as of yesterday. And I said, I don't know if he's allowed to do that because – if you remember and I cited the Josh McDaniels situation when he got fired from the Rams in 2011, and then he was on the Patriots coaching staff conveniently just in time for when they played the Tim Tebow-led Broncos.
That's fucking awesome.
And he just happened to know every single thing we were gonna do. Like, wow, what a shock! But nonetheless, they made a rule about like coaches being able to jump ship. I think it just only applies to postseason. But apparently, coaches that get fired now are obligated to they're obligated to seek work, and then that gives a discount to the team who's paying them because their salary is guaranteed. Blah 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 blah. So Sean was saying Frank Reich would be great. I say give it another week. And who do the Raiders got? Who this week? They got not an easy game. I feel like it's an East Coast game too.
Hold on, I'm going to go on to it.
Straight to the phones.
Yeah, get on that.
Raiders are going against the Colts.
Colts. That's right. Yeah, they got the Colts.
Yay. Oh, that's a win.
If the Raiders lose to the Colts on Sunday, and Jeff Saturday gets his first win against Josh McDaniels as a head coach, I think you can basically kiss Josh McDaniels goodbye at that point, right?
Yeah.
Hey, the Raiders might only win a game or two for the rest of the year. Listen to this. Against the Colts, that should be a win, hopefully.
Well, they're probably guaranteed to beat the Broncos because that's what we do. We lose to the Raiders these days. I don't know why. Durant was right about that. I have no idea why. I've been resisting it, but then I'm like,
wait, but it's at Denver.
I know, but we suck against the Raiders for
at
whatever
Denver.
reason.
Division game, dude.
I know, but they just like we owned them under Mike Shanahan. And I feel like the pendulum's swinging the other way now.
That always happens.
It's like
at Denver after, at Seattle, home against the Chargers, at the Rams, home against the Patriots, at the Steelers, home against the 49ers, home against the Chiefs. That's a rough end. They might win 2 games.
Losses on that.
Well, look, like I said, the Raiders are going to finish 4th in the division. I said that all year.
Yeah, but they might only win 4 games.
Are you really surprised? I'm not.
I didn't think 4 games.
No, with that offense, I figured at least like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
in that range.
That was a playoff team.
And I'm going to say this. I would say 7 was probably their low end. That was like the minimum. Like I figured that offense was going to be good enough to get them at least 7 wins out of the year.
But they're that type of team where their window is so fucking large, dude. Like you can get 4 wins out of the Raiders, or you might get fucking 12. Who the hell knows?
But
they're
like
that team where it's
like we talked about last night. McDaniels is just not that dude.
He is not. He is dog shit.
Listen, man, if you gave Bill Belichick, Derek Carr, Darren Waller, Renfro, and Adams, I'm fairly certain that's a top 5 offense in the league this year.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Pat,
Poor John Gruden. He didn't deserve
right?
that
I mean,
shit.
and listen, talk to our Raiders fans. Talk to Durant, talk to Shane, talk to any of our Raiders fans that listen to this show, that are diehard listeners of this show, and they will tell you the shit show started when they fired Gruden because they had a good team. They had a playoff caliber team, and they were on the right track at the, knock on wood if you're with me, like they were on the right track. Whether or not you liked Mark Davis or not, Gruden and Mayock had them on the right path.
Yep.
then that just went out the fucking window because, well, who knows? Daniel Snyder,
Probably.
John Gruden, Roger Goodell. There's a power struggle. Everybody likes to think that, these big leagues and all this shit, that they're above, they're above being shady and sadistic.
No way.
They're not. They're the most shady and sadistic people you can fucking find on earth. And yeah, this is what happens when egos get involved, and this is what happens when things happen. So, look, I'm just saying this, Pat. I think your Patriots are on the right track.
Good,
I'm not
okay.
saying that they're going to win the division. I'm not saying they're even going to finish second in the division. I still think it's going to be between Miami and Buffalo. I don't think the Jets are for real. I like the direction the Jets are going.
I think they're
Joe Douglas is legit. He's legit GM.
Who?
I like Joe Douglas. The Jets GM's really good.
Joe
Well,
Douglas,
I mean,
I
I like the draft picks. I think I was a year early. I said the show. I said I had them at 7 wins.
I mean, look, if the NFL, if the officials are going to continually let Sauce Gardner just maul and rape receivers all the way down the field and
That
not
was
throw flags on them,
Crazy.
then yeah, the Jets are going to be good.
He was
They're going to be
throwing,
really
he was
good.
throwing punches.
But-
I was like,
Robert Saleh, like that's a good fucking team. They're on for the first time in a long time. I feel like the Jets are on the right path because if you look at what Zach Wilson did this past week, he rebounded in a big way. He threw boneheaded interceptions against the Patriots. He looked like shit against the Patriots, and then he rebounded and he beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
crazy.
He's Mark Sanchez 2.0. Just good, bad. Never know.
I think his upside is higher than Sanchez because I never really thought Sanchez was an NFL quarterback. I thought he could be a guy that, like, if he ended up in a perfect situation,
I thought Sanchez
could have a little bit of success, but I never thought he was going to be, the Sanchez.
No, I thought Sanchez was going to be like in the league for like 15 years, like a backup or something like that. Kind of like one of the like the McCown brothers,
like an Andy Dalton or something, or
Andy
McCown.
Dalton. Oh.
Yeah, but nonetheless, but Pat, what do you got your Patriots finishing out here win-loss record?
I guess a game over 500.
Okay, 9-8.
That's a brutal stretch. That's a murder stretch.
Dude, I'm still in 10-7 again. I say we
I
sneak in.
still think 10, and they're gonna have a sniff at that last wild.
I was
card
gonna
spot.
say I said 11-6 until they lost at Chicago. 11-6. I'm sorry. No, 11-6 is right. I said 11-6 until we lost against Chicago, and I was like, oh, definitely 10-7 then. We should have won Chicago.
You know who's gonna end up fucking you guys? I think
Who?
my Denver Broncos.
We played Denver.
No, I think they're gonna end up being the ones that are gonna fuck you.
Joey.
Oh.
No, I
Back
think they're
it
gonna
there.
be the ones that are gonna fuck the Patriots out of that 7 seed.
We'll see. It's tough. It's tough to know right now.
Because I think Denver's gonna turn a corner. I think they've started to turn the corner. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. But
Boys, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to listen to you. I'll be.
Pat, we're glad to have you back, bud.
Go call back Marcus.
Pat,
No, I'm not.
real quick, what are your thoughts on Ime going to the Brooklyn Nets?
I don't think it's gonna happen, Joey. I think it's got canceled. Google it, guys.
It's gonna
I
get
think
canceled.
he's got it canceled. They said maybe Adam Silver was like, "Hey, you guys got too much heat." I heard it's not going to happen. I don't think.
So he's going all fucking. So he's gonna Chris Paul this thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Wow.
a good point. Dan. I
Fuck
never
the
thought of
NBA.
that.
See, this is what I fucking hate about the NBA. I fucking loathe it.
I think I've heard there's too much heat with the Kyrie, and then made it just said, "Hey, like you don't need this crap."
Yeah, I think Kyrie's
I
gonna
like
get
you, man.
released.
Yes, right.
I think Kyrie's gonna get released. So wait, so Pat, do you have a theory on whose wife Ime banged?
No, why?
Multiple wives.
I know, I think some people. I don't want to talk about sex psychology, but I think he just banged like Wick Brostick's wife or something. Because it's consensual sex, you would have never heard about it, guys. So like, obviously, someone in the two of them didn't like it. You know.
Oh, you're saying the
maybe-
R word.
Oh no, I see. See, I think I'm on the exact opposite train. I think because I had I don't even call him a buddy, but an acquaintance I know, who his girlfriend kept telling him how her boss was. All of a sudden one day, like her boss was being inappropriate and hitting on her, and all of a sudden, then come to find out she was pregnant with his kid.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it was funny because he's a total fucking cuck. But it was hilarious. We laughed a lot about it at his expense. But nonetheless, I think Ime, he had to have banged somebody's wife and or daughter. And who was it that came out and said oh they're just trying to railroad him and then came out and reverse track real quick. Matt Barnes. And he was like, Matt Barnes was like, I learned the details of the situation. Holy shit.
I misspoke. I'm all set. Never mind. What happens to Ime. And that was it. And he was like, yeah, we're out.
I miss Ime. I like Ime. I'm not waving my finger at him. I like him. I wish him luck. I hope he gets the help he needs and gets back. He's such a
What do you mean
coach.
he gets the help he needs? He was just dipping his dick. He was dipping his pen in the company ink.
He's not Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he's not Deshaun Watson. He was having consensual sex. It just happened to be with somebody else's wife. I mean,
let's go to some sex camp or something.
Right? Oh, dude, I want to go to a sex camp. Do they have those?
I have no idea.
Probably over in like the Philippines or something.
Great.
Oh shit.
Ime's awesome.
Or Thailand. We can go to Phuket. What was it? What's that place in Thailand?
I don't know.
I have no idea. He's like Fatuk. I'm like,
I don't know, bro.
Anyway, whole place runs on beads. Boop. Pat, thanks for the call, bud. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening in.
Bros, I'll be listening, guys.
Should we call Marcus? I think we should call him.
You can.
No, we're gonna call him as a show
I ain't
collectively.
calling him shit.
What are we gonna do? Argue with him?
No, Joey's gonna argue.
No, I'm gonna just talk.
Okay, do it.
Just be like, give me some of your delicious flavor in politics.
We're gonna talk to Marcus.
What
about
you mean?
politics.
If you can find it, I'll just tell you the number right now.
Hey Marcus, why are you a Democrat? What? He's like, are you serious? You call me on
I
this
searched
shit?
Marcus. It says, do you mean Marcus Mariota?
Marcus Mariota.
Yes, let's call him Marcus Mariota. Hey, how the Falcons? You fall into first place, asshole.
Yeah, how do you randomly just do that with your terrible team? But hey, whatever.
Map your digital evolution with
Whoa.
a partner.
Yo, don't be putting on ads that we weren't paid to do.
Nope, we were not paid to do
We're not. Disregard that. Yeah, I don't know. I missed the last thing of what was Pat saying?
All right, what's the
He said
what's
you
the
trash. Hold
number
on.
for?
I'm looking it up right now.
Do you think he's still on?
Yeah.
He's definitely got to be still on.
He still goes on until the results are.
Hodgson.
Oh.
4,667 votes. Okay.
Who is this?
To
Him?
Mayor Haru.
Sounds like it.
5,002 votes.
Now that's interesting.
Mayor Haru?
Because what we've been talking about a lot is that Mayor Haru's up there. Easton is a suburb of Attleboro, right? So what we were saying is Hodgson usually does well up there in Easton. He usually does well up there
Okay,
with
so that's
Attleboro.
Marcus'
Attleboro.
show. Yeah, we'll stop that for now. But yeah, what's the number? Sean?
Let's find out.
Well, yeah, shit. I thought you had it.
No,
No,
give
no,
me the
no,
goddamn
no.
number,
You
fool.
said you were gonna look it up, so we're gonna call
Well, I
in.
stopped.
Yeah, we'll call.
Yeah, we're
let's,
gonna
let's
call
call.
Marcus.
Is he on New Bedford Live right? No, he's not.
No, he's on
Live.
1420 BSN. God damn it.
I got it. 1420.
WBSM number, and then see what it is to call a show. Is it a specific number for his show, or is it just like the number?
No, the
it's-
number.
Just the number, and then you call and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, connect me to Marcus."
Now they're a real radio station, Paul.
I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, they have like a one number where you call and it just goes right to the DJ booth, if you will.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you know that from your Cat Country days.
I do, yes. And
508-996-0500.
508-996.
Yep, it's
0500.
in my old. All right.
He's already got
It's
it.
like, would you like to call this person that you already know?
All right, here we go.
This is the first.
All right, let Joey's doing all the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you guys can chime in eventually.
Nah, I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
Hi.
I feel like we're like prank calling.
a chocolate.
Hello?
Hello,
Hi.
Marcus.
Yes.
Hello, it's Joey Fats.
Oh, hey, Joey. What's up, man?
How's it going, bud?
Good. Yeah, we're just doing election night coverage here. We're waiting for the results to come in. How you been? I haven't. We haven't spoken in a while.
I know we haven't, and I messaged. I was gonna message you on Facebook, and then I realized you were on right now, and I decided I was gonna call into your show instead.
Sure.
And because it's election night, dude. This is a big night for everybody.
Yeah, huge.
And especially you guys. I mean, this is what you do for a living, so.
Yeah, this is our Super Bowl, so we're pretty we're pretty excited now. We're just getting the numbers in. You obviously voted, you mind telling us what local elections you voted in?
I did. So I was in obviously I was New Bedford. I voted R down the ticket.
Okay.
I was contributing to the Red Tsunami. Obviously not in Massachusetts because Maura Healey won, which was not ideal. But Jeff Deal might be the laziest candidate I've ever heard in my entire life. I felt like I was wasting my vote with him.
Yeah.
And that really ticked me off because, every single time I opened up YouTube for the last 3-4 weeks, I got a Maura Healey ad. And I don't even, I honestly, if Jeff Deal walked up to me in Trukey's tomorrow, I wouldn't even know what he looked like.
Right.
So shame on him. Shame on him for running a crap campaign. No excitement. Nobody knew who he was. Wanted him to win, and he didn't. So obviously, and whatever.
They called that race as soon as the polls closed.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, we all knew it was a done. No pun intended. It was a done deal that Maura Healey was going to win.
Right.
This is Massachusetts after all. But my whole thing was, I get so tired of these lazy politicians taking our money in donations. This is why I very rarely donate, even if I highly agree with the candidate, because I saw nothing out of Deal, absolutely nothing that made me say, yeah, you know what, he was putting my money to work.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, I think a lot of people felt that way, and I think his anemic campaigning is evident in the results. So
it was, but no, I voted R down the ticket. I'm not gonna lie. The only Democrat I voted for was John Saunders.
Okay. Yeah.
Good friend of the family and a good guy, and that's one of those ones I can reach across the aisle and say shake hands with.
Joey, hold for a second. I think we've got some news here.
Sure.
So we've got some news. Sheriff Tom Hodgson, he won the town of Somerset.
Interesting.
But only by 50 votes.
Oh, wow.
So that's a dead heat almost.
That's a dead heat.
Almost.
Yeah.
50 votes?
50 votes in Somerset.
Right.
Wow.
5-0.
Yeah.
Another piece of information. Evan Gendro.
Yeah.
He won the town of Acushnet.
Wow. You know what? That doesn't surprise me because Acushnet's become very conservative. So winning Acushnet makes sense.
He also won the in-person voting in Freetown. They're waiting on the mailed-in ballots in Freetown for Evan.
Well, aren't we all waiting on the mail-in ballots?
Yeah.
So he's won Acushnet, and he's won Freetown in-person voting.
Oh, my.
I don't know how many mail-in ballots there are there, but obviously if you win the in-person voting, that's a big deal.
Were you actually, Joey? You're in the North End.
Yeah.
Were you in? Did you vote in that race, Evan Gendro and Paul Schmidt?
No, I'm not in Acushnet. I'm in the very north end of New Bedford. If I told you I lived in Acushnet, you'd believe me, but I don't.
No, I know. I've been to your house. So I was just wondering, you're in the far north end. I didn't know if you had that race on the ticket. You said you voted Republican straight down the ticket. Do you know if you voted for Evan Gendro?
It's not ringing a bell. I'm not going to lie. It's not ringing a bell. So I don't, but I'm not positive. But I don't think I did. I don't think that was on my ticket.
Yeah, might not have been in your ward. So, Joey, we appreciate the call. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you can call in again soon.
Yes, man. I miss talking politics with you guys a lot. So I'm gonna pick back up on BSM, and we'll talk more, especially after the Lakers get Kyrie, KD, and Buddy Hield. So we'll talk more soon, bud.
Sounds good. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, bud. Happy Super Bowl. Okay, well, there we go. All right, so we called BSM.
I like how Joey's just like, so I'm going to tell you about some politics I have right now.
Yeah, that guy didn't ring a bell on the ticket. I don't think he was.
No, I don't. It didn't ring a bell to me either. But anyway, I'm sure Marcus knows too. Because he knows he's been on our show before and he knows what day it is, and he's probably sitting there going, "You motherfucker."
What about
I didn't want to blow up his spot. I didn't want to be. I wasn't trying to be a dick. I wasn't trying to be an asshole.
No,
but I want to contribute to Marcus. Yeah, listen.
Why not?
Marcus does. Listen, as far as political speech goes, right? As far as political talk radio goes, Marcus is the only guy that leans liberal. that I will, or I want to say he leans liberal. He's a liberal. He's the only guy I'll listen to. He's one of the very few liberals that I will actually sit down and have a conversation with, because he's not one of those. He's not one of those liberals that once you box him into a corner or you beat him in an argument, he just looks at you and says, "It's just because you don't get it. You just don't get it." And it's like, no, I get it. I just beat you in an argument. No, Marcus is a guy that will actually have a conversation with you. Not a debate necessarily, a conversation. I think he's a great addition to BSM. He's been killing it over there.
I like Marcus. I love him.
That's my boy. That's my
he's
dog.
good shit, yeah.
He does a fucking awesome job at BSM. Like I said, he's one of the very few people who lean liberal, who lean left, that I will actually engage and talk to.
Well, he brings
because
facts
I feel like,
to the table, though.
Right, because he's one of the few liberals that doesn't operate solely on emotion.
Right, exactly.
You know, he's a very pragmatic person. We had college classes together. That's how I met him. I met him in college. You know what I mean? We were in a public speaking course or a speech debate course, whatever it was. I don't even
Smart people school, college.
Yeah, whatever. And I walked in, I walked in every single class we went to. We had class twice a week, and every single class, I think it was Tuesdays, Thursdays, I would walk in with a different Ron Artest jersey.
Jesus.
Because I had all of them. And he's like,
even the McDonald's one.
And he's like, and he asked me one day, he's like, "So you big Ron Artest fan?" After like the fourth day, and I was like, "Yeah, what gave it away?" He's like, "Well, I'm kind of a big basketball guy." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like, who's your team?" He's like, "Lakers." I'm like, "Me too." And this is the year that the Celtics and the Lakers faced off in 2010. And him and I became, what some would call best friends at that point. And it was awesome. We had a great time in that class, him and I. We had fucking so much fun. We talked so much shit to so many Celtics fans. Like, we went off. Marcus does such a fucking awesome job on BSM, so shout out to them. They're doing a good job. They do an awesome job on coverage. I'd say if you're looking for political coverage, go to them, because we're not going to give you the kind of coverage they can. But I also would encourage you to stick with us right here on New Bedford Guide. So 774-992-8702. Where did we leave this off? I forget what we were talking about. That we were getting ready to get into the Colts.
We just finished the Patriots. We were going to talk about Josh McDaniels and how long does he have.
Josh McDaniels has got about what?
2 weeks.
I think he's done after this week. I think
if they lose to the Colts and Jeff Saturday.
I'm just going to go out and say it. I think Jeff Saturday and the Colts get their first. Jeff Saturday gets his first W as a professional head coach against Josh McDaniels and the Raiders for no explicable reason, because the Colts are not a good team. They shouldn't beat the Raiders. They are a good team. They have a good roster. They have good players. But right now they're completely defunct. They're in the bottom of the barrel. I think they go out, they get the win against the Raiders, and Josh McDaniels is the second head coach to get shit canned this year.
We might suck, but can I put like $20 down right now?
Yeah, sure.
Guess who's Philly's first loss?
The Colts?
The Colts, bitch.
Hey, guess what? You know what's funny about teams that get a new head coach? They have like that head coach resurgence where they all just play better automatically. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny because mind you, it's Tuesday night and he starts tomorrow in the middle of a game week, right? So he's not going to have any game plan, right? He's not going to have time to watch footage.
What do you guys want to do?
He's going to come in, he's going to be like, he's going to like Michael Scott from The Office.
I was going to say, if Michael Pittman or whoever it was thought it was backyard football with Carson Wentz, wait till Saturday's coaching.
Listen, imagine if he just goes, guys, I'm going to connect my phone to the monitor behind me, the big projector, and he goes, FaceTime with Peyton Manning. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, Peyton, thanks for the offense. And Reggie Wayne. Yeah. He just calls all the old.
Well, you remember Reggie Wayne? They made Reggie Wayne the wide receivers coach.
Yeah.
So
was he already there?
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. Is he in jail?
No.
How funny would that be if Peyton was
just James.
Jeff was just like, yo, Peyton, I need a favor, dog. You got Jeff's earpiece on the left to Peyton, and then his
what if all of a sudden Jeff Saturday comes in and Peyton's just like, all right, ESPN, I know I gave you the Manning cast, but I'm about to give you a whole new look at the Manning cast. we going in the booth.
They should-
And Peyton's the OC.
That'd be
And Peyton's
dope.
up there calling plays. And he's sitting there going, Ellinger, Jesus fucking Christ, I gave you 18 plays based on what they might look like. Why can't you figure it out?
Yeah,
it's just
be like,
it's
"Go
it's
away,
basically
Peyton."
like Peyton in the SNL skit, like just you see him like hucking a beer down on the field, like you suck.
That'd be like the worst thing for Ellinger. He'd be like, "Whoa, dude, I'm trying to learn like middle school math, and you're just busting out like the trig on me right now."
Hey,
Like,
he looks up at Ellinger looks up at the booth. He's like, Peyton, I was drafted in the 6th round.
Yeah.
Peyton's like that kid on TikTok, the Asian kid who always impersonates his dad. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, that-
why didn't you know the problem when you came out of the womb?
Yeah.
He's like, it was advanced trigonometry. Oh, son's kid knew when he was only 2 months old.
yeah. That's pretty much what it's going to be like if ever Peyton Manning gets on any kind of coaching. It's just not going to be the level, or
See,
nobody's going to be able to play
I
at
think
his
Peyton
level.
would be. I think Peyton would actually be a really good coach because I think Peyton understands
How to dumb shit down.
that not everybody is him. That's the thing. Like, if Peyton tried to make people do what he did, nobody would be able to do it. Not even Tom Brady can do that.
No.
And I had
nobody
this
can.
conversation
You
with
can't coach.
I had this conversation with one of our buddies at the gym yesterday, and I said, people always ask me, they're like, when I put Peyton Manning above Tom Brady in the list of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, they're like, how can you put Brady below Manning? He's got 7 rings, bro. He's got 7 rings. I got the tip of his dick is permanently lodged in my esophagus. Okay,
Phallus.
how do you? The phallus is completely down my esophagus. And they're like, and I'm like, well, because, I have 2 eyes and I watch football and, I see
My
things.
God, I wish I could have screenshotted that fast enough. The closed captions just printed out everything Joey just said on one thing. I can't even.
But
I wish.
But Peyton did things that Brady could never do. Never did.
Right.
And that was revolutionized the game. Brady did what Peyton did 5, 6, 7 years after Peyton already did it. And he still only had a 250 batting average against Peyton in an AFC Championship game. So whatever. Because when it matters, that's when it's supposed to count, right, Patriots fans? When it matters the most, that's when Brady shows up, unless it's against Peyton Manning, and then he only shows up 1 out of 4 times. But whatever, who cares? We're not here to split hairs, right? Okay, we're splitting the atom. When you talk about Brady, Manning, Montana, Marino, L.A., did you get it? You screenshotted it, didn't you? I love it. Sean's reaction just says everything. But what was I saying?
You were saying that
about Peyton coming to
Brady
being an OC.
Yeah.
I think Peyton would be a great OC. I honestly do. I think he would be a fucking phenomenal OC.
I
Because
think Eli and Peyton should just quit the Manning cast and Jim Irsay just.
Whoa. Hold on, man. Why are you trying to fucking ruin my Monday nights like this?
Because fuck that shit. They should just both go
No,
coach the Patriots.
fuck you.
Both go coach the Colts.
I've watched Peyton and Eli more times than I've watched Buck and Aikman.
I don't watch. See, I can't watch the game like that.
I can.
I gotta watch like the normal
Because
commentators.
you don't have the eye for it.
What the fuck does that mean? You don't know
because,
that because
yeah.
I never watched the Manning cast.
No,
So I don't know
because-
what it is that they're looking for.
Because exactly. I know what they're looking for.
no,
when they
don't.
sit there and
You've
they,
already watched it. I've never watched it before.
No, when the Manning cast is on and they're sitting there and they're breaking down coverages and they're like, okay, this is a
Is
too
that
deep
what
man.
they do? I don't know that they do
Yeah.
that because I don't watch it.
You should. It's way better than the regular fucking broadcast. If you actually sit there and watch it, let me put it this way. The Manning cast is for people who want to watch Monday Night Football in a way that they can actually learn something about football or understand things about football. Monday Night Football with Buck and Aikman is basically what every house in America throws on as background noise while their kids are doing homework, and they're like, yeah, there's a game on. Sure, fuck it, who cares? I got my DraftKings
like 2
thing.
years old. This is just like a brand new thing,
Bruh,
isn't it?
no, the Manning cast they did it last year.
2 years old.
This is the second year. Yes, it's
So
basically a
2
year
years
old.
You
1 year.
jackass. No,
12 months.
Okay, so even more to my point.
No, it's only 12 months old.
Exactly. It's
1
only
year.
a year old. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's a brand new fucking thing. Everybody watch the household background music.
But
bucket.
why
I
would you
mean,
not watch the Manning cast? I don't even
Because
understand.
I just didn't know. I don't really. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. So I'm like, nah, I like watching the regular game
Like,
because I
when
like
Peyton
hearing
is
the
sitting there and Peyton and Eli are sitting there and they're dissecting a blitz It's like, okay, it's like watching Tony Romo call a game. You know, everybody loves Romo because he calls the plays out before they're going to happen. Picture that, but like times 100.
But I want Peyton and Eli to be like in the booth like Romo, and I want it to be.
No, see,
I can't picture Eli showing up.
It's so much better the way they do it because it's like you, me, and Sean sitting in a room.
Right, it's like watching Mystery Science Theater 3000.
No, it's not Mystery Science Theater. It's like the three of us watching a game together, except me and Sean are both Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and you're just hanging out watching with us.
You're just some scrub.
No, I'm just putting it in perspective.
Like some shit.
Yeah, and you're just some shitbag.
No, but what I'm saying is,
from
it's like
fucking Middle Ohio or some shit.
When you put on the Manning cast, right? When you put on the Manning cast, you're not like now the game becomes background, and you're just watching Peyton and Eli.
No, you're watching Peyton and Eli. You're still watching the game, but you're listening to Peyton and Eli talk about the game as it unfolds.
But the crowd is dumbed down. The volume.
Well, the volume of the game is dumbed down a little bit, but who gives a shit?
I do.
Why the fuck do I care about what the crowd thinks? The crowd's fucking retarded.
Doesn't matter.
There are a bunch of 70,000 drunk fucking adults dressed up in costumes. I mean, you had one guy dressed up like the Predator the other night.
It's an
you people like Paul. This guy's getting bleeped out there in the field.
yeah.
But no, the Manning cast is so much.
Ejected immediately.
The Manning, I feel like the Mannings again are revolutionizing the way that we're going to watch sports, because I think going down the road you're going to have more Manning casts, and it's going to be Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Yeah, pass.
And yeah, right, exactly. Because Peyton and Eli, they're characters. They're funny. We know, and even Eli, like, say what you want about Eli. Eli's a fucking riot. That man is, he's got me, they've got me in stitches a couple times. It's like, there's that famous clip where they're trying to do the live cast, and Eli's like, all right, so Peyton, what do you think? And you just hear Peyton go, I can't hear shit. Like, off the mic, and Peyton, Eli just go, like, just snap covers for him. He goes, all right, we'll go back to Peyton. Sounds like he's busy doing something else right now. He just, like, smooths it over. It was fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. But no, Peyton, the Manning cast is the best thing right now. I think that's the best thing Monday Night Football has going for it.
I don't like them bringing in as many guests as they do. Some of the guests are hits. Some of the guests I just don't care.
The only guest they've had on that I really fucking loathed was Chocolate Stalin, a.k.a. Barack Obama. Other than that, like...
I like how they said, they told Obama, how does it feel to be the opener for Bill Burr? Like, he's like, we put a comedian on ahead of the former president.
Yeah. It was fucking awesome. And you know what? I mean, to Obama's credit, he didn't suck in that spot.
No, he's a talker, though. That's his specialty.
Well, that's why he got elected, because he was, remember, because all the white people were like, wow, you're so well-spoken.
Yeah, they said he was like JFK
Jr.
You
know, for a black man, you are so well-spoken. They were like, white people were like, I'm going to say the most racist shit ever. And I'm gonna vote for the guy. So who cares? Like, it makes me not racist. Like, that's the funny thing about that whole Obama 08 election, is that, like, upper middle class white people were like, you know what? It's about time we voted for a black man.
It's so true.
And, were they Lizzo?
And you know what? He is just for a black man, he is so well spoken.
He's not like all the rest of them.
He's not like all the rest of them.
Just say it how it is.
His pants are pulled up to his waist. He's not listening to that gangster music. And I haven't heard him use the N-word one time. So I'm going to vote for this man. I don't care if he hates me and he wants to ruin the country. I'm going to vote for him. And then they did. And that was white people just voting for Obama, because that's all they did. They were like, and then they go to their like, you know, their like church groups, and they're like, hey everybody, do you know who I voted for on Tuesday?
I don't think Joey could hit one more topic.
Do you guys know? Do you guys want to know who I voted for on Tuesday? I voted for one Barack Hussein Obama.
Joey's gonna go all kinds.
I am an ally. I am an ally. Yes, I am. Thank you. Feel free to shower me with accolades on social media. Feel free to pat me on the back and shake my hand, because yes, I am speaking for you, little people. I am speaking for you, the oppressed. I am one of you. I am with you. As a upper middle class white man, I have voted for a black man for president, and I believe that I should be forgiven for all the sins that have ever been cast against you. Thank you very much. I will be taking checks on the way out the door. I just summed up every fucking white person in 2008 who voted for Obama. Sorry, not sorry. I hate that I said that just now. God damn it. I had to ruin it with that. Anyway, good bit, but whatever. Sean's like, I can see the tears pouring out of Sean's eyes right now.
I'm hiding my face so I get canceled.
What? Name me one white person that didn't feel like that. They all white people felt.
The only ones that didn't.
They felt so empowered because they were like, "I'm voting for a black man for president." Wow, I am a trailblazer.
Look at me, honey.
oh man! And then everybody who had everybody in a Prius who had an Obama sticker on, they're like, "Good for you." And you're like, "Yeah, man, we're the solution, not the problem." But anyway, I digest. Yeah, sniffing their own farts. 774-992-8702. Do you want to talk football or elections? We don't really give a fuck. At this point, I am so fucking over the...
What happened to Durant? He called one
yeah,
time.
I know. He did. He called early in the show.
Shut up on Call of Duty waiting for us, right?
Yeah, he's probably waiting for us to get off the show so we can play some Call of Duty with him. Because that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Who has a better kill death, you or Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray, 0-2 since the new Call of Duty came out.
Kyler Murray's probably way better at Call of Duty than me because he can afford. He's got the new Xbox, hands down.
So
he's got a way better fucking TV or monitor with a better frame rate, or he's playing on PC at this point.
Okay, speaking of Kyler Murray and playing awful, did anybody hear or see Terry's take on the Cardinals actually running the football?
Scary Terry?
No, Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, Scary Terry.
No, I did not see this.
Okay, Terry
Was I
Bradshaw.
supposed to see this?
Maybe. It got pretty viral because people are trying to cancel Terry Bradshaw now, but it was like innocent. He's old. He's
honestly, Terry Bradshaw should have been canceled when he fucking called out Aaron Rodgers. It was like, "Huh, you took a horse to wormer, son. That's what it is." It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Terry. You've got how many concussions? And I'm sorry, but you got to at least hit 300 touchdown passes in your career for me to actually take you seriously.
Let's leave Terry Bradshaw.
So Terry Bradshaw.
Literally, cancer is trying to cancel the man itself.
Well, that's what you get for being a lib.
So Terry Bradshaw comes out on Sunday, NFL Fox before the games, and they're talking about the Cardinals and what they need to do. And he just jumps out and he says, the Cardinals, they can't run. They won't run. He goes, it's something in their mentality. He goes, if you force them to run, they're probably just going to go kill themselves. And he just said it just like that, and Michael Strahan's face, he went,
"Oh,
you didn't see this? I'm gonna go get it.
No,
you guys talk for like 2 seconds. It is an hysterical clip, and
this was on the Sunday night.
It was live. No, this was like Saturday at 12 to 1. And Michael Strahan did this. He went and stared into the camera at home and he messed up.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, in the world of cancel culture and wokeness, that is not the thing to be saying.
I'm going to cue it up.
Sorry, what did Terry say?
He said something about that the Cardinals can't run the ball, so they should all go kill themselves.
No, he said it's like they'll kill themselves, like they'll commit suicide if they have to run the ball.
Oh, right. Maybe like football suicide?
No, he really meant real suicide.
Oh, I was gonna say, can we
I can see that being a problem.
Can we swing this a different way? No.
But wait, you should see. First of all,
did he say football suicide? No, real.
No, Long jumps in. Howie Long jumps in. He's like, "Yo, can't say that." And then Michael Strahan. They showed his face, and he's staring into the camera for the viewer at home, like, "Yep, you heard what he said."
Yeah.
But Michael Strahan's one of those fucking, Good Morning America fucking.
No, he left that.
Yeah, he was
a
banging
long time
Kelly
ago.
Ripa.
No, he was not banging Kelly.
He was totally banging.
They
Kelly.
hated each other.
Regis Philbin was banging Kelly Ripa.
They hated each other.
Who did?
Strahan and Kelly Ripa.
Yeah, well, they probably were banging. That's exactly what they want you to think.
Yeah, well, they
hated
each other, and then they would hate fuck each other.
Right, and then Michael Strahan would firmly plant the phallus all the way down.
Jesus Christ!
Would you speaking of hate fucks, would you hate fuck Nancy Pelosi and her fucking massive milkies?
No.
No, I would just.
That's a crazy bad question.
That's a good answer. No, because the answer is no, you wouldn't. Because her husband won't even bang her. That's why her husband's got fucking weirdo fucking
dudes running after him with hammers trying to beat
gay
his ass.
prostitutes coming to their house in the middle of the night. We're gonna get so shadow banned for this show.
Jussie
Oh,
Smollett that shit.
Joey's probably not gonna be aired at all next week after Joey.
You don't think so? Nah, we'll be all right.
This will be me next week.
I want to see Connor get involved.
All right, let me see here. We get this video.
All right, we have it. We have it. We have it.
So to cue up everybody. Whoa, that's me talking. Whoops.
Yep.
So cue up the video. This is from this past Sunday, where Terry Bradshaw is talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Maybe.
Yeah, keep
Sorry.
talking. I mean,
Sorry, I kind of thought it was coming. Oh, that's a bad phrase.
Phrasing.
Jesus.
All right, we're sticking with you. We got it.
Yeah. So
Anyway, yeah.
Terry Bradshaw and the Sunday Morning Crew had a little mishap, and I want to cue in on after Terry Bradshaw makes his suicide comment, the reaction from Howie Long and especially Michael Strahan. Priceless. Has to be must watch by all. That's why we threw it out there.
All right, here we go. Wait, hold on.
Here we go. Wait.
I want to see Connor get involved.
They're not going to run.
Well, I'd like
They're
to
not
see
going to
that
do it. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
Their mentality is throw, 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 throw. I think if this kid ran 5 or 6 runs in a row, I think he'd commit suicide or something. They have to throw.
Whoa, that's a little dark for this audience. Yeah.
Well, you know what I don't dark for all.
Jesus.
I mean,
wait, do it again. Play it again.
All
It's because now you know what to look
Connor
for.
get involved.
They're not going to run.
Well, I'd like
They're
to
not
see
going to
that.
do it. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
Their mentality is throw, 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 throw. I think if this kid ran 5 or 6 runs in a row, I think he'd commit suicide or something. They have to throw.
Whoa, that's a little dark for this audience. Yeah.
Well, you know.
I love like Strahan's like he gives the eyebrows like, ooh.
That's bad.
He's like everyone in America just heard this.
I mean, what? Like, who gives a shit? Honestly, at the end of the day, it's a fucking joke. It's said tongue in cheek, and the fact that we're making a big deal out of this is actually almost disappointing to me.
It's fueling it.
Because we're contributing to the bullshit, but at the end of the day,
Oh, nothing's gonna happen to Terry.
no. And
Scary
listen,
Terry.
no, nothing's gonna happen to Terry. Terry was a good little stooge. He went along with the COVID vaccine and the whole thing, and he was, he disowned Aaron Rodgers and talked all the shit. He was a good little useful idiot, and good for you, Terry, and your 212 touchdowns to 210 interceptions in your career. I know you got 4 Super Bowls, but
In an
fuck
era
you.
where they actually played football.
Yeah, and everywhere they played football. No helmets, no radios in my helmet.
Drinking beers.
No offensive coordinators telling me what to do. No special rules. Just me and my men. Is that not the most cringy fucking meme that you ever see? Like, anytime anybody posts that meme where it's like Joe Montana or Terry Bradshaw, and it's like...
It's right up there with the sweatshirts and T-shirts. It's like, I'm a January guy.
Yeah.
Don't cross me and blah, 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 blah. I send those to Keith all the time, and he knows that I'm saying it in that voice, like the super, like I'm so serious. But
I'm a
this is
January
the most
guy.
corniest shit.
If you cross me, you will feel the fury of 10,000 suns upon your anus.
I am the wrath of the devil, but
Yeah.
I am the light of the sun at the same time. Which side do you want to see? It's like, oh, fucking shut up.
Oh
You
my
call me a
god, dude!
pussy.
It's like like obviously
with like a fucking with like a grim
well,
reaper.
yeah,
and
like
shit.
we're
It's
like
oh.
we're law enforcement, so we see a lot of those pages pop up with those ads.
Yeah.
And it's like those like wolf in sheep's clothing, like like I'm a wolf in a sheep's clothing. Like, oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up, bro.
You're
like
fat, out of shape, and half retarded.
It's like, bro, like cool. You've got like nice. You got like a 2017 Raptor. You
pay $800 a month
you
for
pay
it.
$800 a month for. You're divorced and you pay alimony, like whatever. Like, cool, man.
To a
like,
part-time nurse or something.
like I think the only people that kill themselves at a more rapid rate than law enforcement people is trans. Like that's about it, right? I think trans.
No, I think they're more.
Yeah, trans. I think got 40.
Oh yeah.
42% of them end up fucking offing themselves.
Law enforcement's next, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's because.
Well, because we see some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I personally happen to love my job. I enjoy it. I am looking forward to going to work on Thursday.
Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo.
I am. I am a weirdo. But it's because it's so goddamn.
Pisses me off to hear you say
It's
that.
so funny to me.
It pisses me
Because
off.
I go to work.
Why are you
I
pissed
get
off by that?
I
It's
laugh.
forward to going to work. What kind of bullshit is that? I don't look forward to fucking going to work. I don't give a shit what the hell I did.
I mean, if I
Sometimes I do. Some days I look forward to it. Yeah.
If I didn't have to
Where
go to
do
work,
I go wrong?
If I didn't have to go to work, I wouldn't be mad about it. But the fact that I get to go to work and they gotta pay me what they pay me to do what I do, which is fucking hilarious on all accounts.
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, on most days, I enjoy what I do. I mean, sometimes it's stressful, but like,
Really?
yeah, I go to work and I'm like, damn, it's already
I have
4 o'clock.
never in my life put pen to paper with my name on it asking for a job.
Paul should have been born to be a trust fund baby.
And
That's what Paul should.
that's what I needed to be. You
Paul
know what
needs-
I should have been born to do? You want to know how to have fun? Let me tag along with you, Mr. Rich Millionaire, and I'll show you how to have fun. But you got to pay for me to do everything with you. You know what I mean?
And Paul's gonna be like, "So
Isn't
give me
there
your credit
websites
card."
that do that?
Paul's gonna be like, "Yeah. All right.
I'll spend your money.
I know
for
you got. I know you got a $1,400 iPhone, but I do too. And I'm gonna figure out how to find the next most expensive hotel room in this 4-mile radius."
$1,700 iPhone. Okay, don't
Whatever.
fucking short me, dog. I got the terabyte. All
Oh
right,
my
bro?
god, bro! iPhones are such trash. The fact that you people still
I pay
use
like
them.
$30 a month for it.
Props to Steve Jobs because he fucking dicked you
Oh, we
all
almost
so
watched
hard.
that. Well, wait a minute. I just switched to iPhone from in 2018. Like I just switched over. All right, so.
So you're how do you say it? You're a recent retard.
No, I just stopped giving.
So
a
you just
shit.
you recently went retard.
No, I just stopped giving a shit. And every
Paul
time
was like, you know who I really like? Fred Kitchens. You know who's my favorite coach? Fred Kitchens.
Hey,
you know what I'm
you
gonna
know
do?
what one of my favorite football memes
I'm gonna buy
is?
an iPhone.
You know what one of my favorite football memes is?
I converted. I'm never going back
What?
to iPhone. I never going back. I've had this phone for almost 6 years.
Dude,
What
I
phone is that?
cannot tell
iPhone
you.
8.
Oh my god,
Dude, it still works great.
you don't even count.
The only reason I got
But
rid of my
it's that reliable.
the only
I know.
the only reason I got rid of my Note 4 or my Note 10, I got rid of my Note 4 for my Note 10. And the only reason I got rid of my Note 10 was because they gave me a deal I really couldn't refuse. And,
Every time I
the
trade mine in, they
and
give
I was
me a
going on
deal I
I
can't
was going on
refuse.
vacation and the camera was better. And you know how many fucking pictures I took while I was on vacation?
None.
Like 6.
Yeah, maybe.
I was like, yo, check out how blue this fucking water is in Bon Air.
Every time I
It's fucking
trade my
sick.
old iPhone in, they cut like $2 or $3 off my monthly payment for like whatever stupid fucking new phones out, and they don't deprioritize my shit. So whatever.
All right, let's talk a little bit of sports. We got
Still have a
very
home button.
Yeah, I love
You
it.
still got a home button.
we
Huh?
got about
You know, there's like
20
this,
minutes left.
There's this new thing called you just like
Uh,
swipe up.
Did we
twice.
I hate that
did
shit.
we slob the knob of the Astros sufficiently yet?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, fuck them. Who cares?
You're the
I
only
wanted the
one that
Phillies
wants to
win.
do it.
You know what? I wasn't mad that the Astros won, but I wasn't like, oh, dope. I was dope because I'm like, all right, cool. Joey's an Astros fan. Like, that's cool, whatever. But, like, they're the only – I've never been sick of a team so fast than I had the Astros.
What do you mean? There's only like 2 guys on the original team.
3, I think. Altuve, Maldonado,
Bregman
and
wasn't there?
That's it.
Bregman? Yeah, I
Bregman?
think that was it.
Bregman's there still?
Yeah.
In 17? I think it was it, Bregman.
Yeah, Bregman was part of that initial.
Yeah, because Springer's gone. Like all
Yeah,
the,
Springer. It was
everybody,
Springer, Altuve, Bregman. That was the big 3 that came in
Yeah,
in
I
17.
think so. I'm not saying
in
no.
13.
I'm not saying like the people on the team. I'm just saying like the Houston Astros as a franchise in general. I'm like, all right, somebody knew already. You guys got old fast.
I wanted to see the trumpet in the World Series.
Yeah, that would have been badass. Edwin Diaz would have been tight.
I was rooting so hard for a Mets Astros World Series.
Comes in a loss.
Just because you know me and Tommy would have put some serious bread on that, and it would have been fucking awesome. But no, look, I just want everybody to know that the Astros are the class of the AL, not the Yankees, not the Red Sox, not the Blue Jays, not the Mariners. Who great season, cute. You guys are fun. That was really adorbs. What you did.
They made a fuss.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of made a fuss.
They ran up there all of a sudden.
And then Yordan Alvarez was like, nah.
No.
Your fuss goes, puh.
Yeah.
And that was really cute and fun. the Yankees will be the Yankees, whatever. But the Red Sox are they're fucked. I mean, Bogarts is a free agent, set to become a free agent. He's not going to re-sign with the Red Sox, so Xander's gone. The Red Sox are losing all of their key components.
Yeah, we got rid of Tendies, and I was
whatever
all
they
set.
had.
We got rid of Tendies, and I was all set
look,
with the Red Sox.
The Red Sox are a fucking trash ass
We
organization.
got rid of Mookie Betts.
I mean, this is what you get when John Henry owns your team, and you will get what you rightfully deserve. So fuck you, Red Sox fans. Fuck you, the Boston Red Sox. Fuck you, but most importantly, fuck you, John Henry. Fuck you, John Henry, for forcing me to not be a Red Sox fan.
To wear a Yankees hat.
So, speaking of John Henry,
like,
John Henry is selling Liverpool as of yesterday, and that was his.
How much? How much?
As an Astros fan, wearing this hat right now feels really weird, but it's only because my Astros World Series champions 2022 hat hasn't come in yet, and I was hoping it was going to come in today, but it's probably going to come in tomorrow.
I do like Astros colors though. They do got fire ass jerseys, especially the orange ones.
Doesn't say how much he's asking for Liverpool, but Liverpool apparently is his biggest money team.
Not a very big baseball guy, but is this Justin Verlander's first World Series?
No.
Yeah, first win, yeah.
First win.
Verlander's first win?
This is it, yeah.
I thought he already won one before.
No, I don't think so. This is first
No,
one.
he got there with the Tigers the year that they lost
they
the
won.
Red Sox.
The Kitties, yeah, they lost. No, that's what I thought. I was like, this is Justin Verlander's first, so that's cool, you know. And that kid who had cancer, and then
No, he won in 2017 with the Stros. So that's 4 guys in the original team.
Oh, Verlander was there?
Yeah, he says he's won 2017, 2022, both with the Astros.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
shit.
He's been there for 5 years. That was the year he got traded to the Astros.
Oh, so why did I see something about Verlander not winning one and blah, blah, blah? This is the first one or something like that. Maybe they were referring to back when he got to the team.
Right, it was maybe
might
his
have
first
missed,
full season.
Yeah. But I saw that kid. I forget what his name was. He had cancer. And
I don't know.
he ended up coming back, and now he's a fucking world champion. Like, I was like, damn, that's like quite a story. I read it.
How mad is Tom Brady after watching Justin Verlander's interview after the World Series?
Oh, my God.
Wait, fill me in why would happen.
Okay, so
Kate Upton basically said he can play as long as he wants.
I love him.
I love him.
He's incredible.
right.
I love watching him play. He's an artist when he's out there.
I saw this.
Michael Gleason. Michael Gleason is the kid you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yes, the cancer kid. Yeah.
And,
Sorry, I don't mean to refer to him as
Verlander
the guy-
basically
yeah,
had to
sorry,
tell Kate Upton to be like, all right, that's enough. Like she was waxing poetic about her husband, which is awesome because
Wait, who came out and said that?
I have seen
Oh, Justin
Kate
Verlander
Upton.
said it.
He said
because
that's
I
enough?
saw
Yeah, he said-
Kate
all right,
Upton's
all right,
vagina
all right, all right.
and Justin Verlander's dick
Jesus.
all in the same picture once.
What picture is this?
Jesus Christ.
Do
Paul.
you not
It's the internet from like 6 years
the
ago.
fappening?
No, I heard about that, but I never saw it.
Oh my God, dude! Justin.
Aaron
so,
Andrews in that?
No, Jesus.
no, but
Let's not bring up that.
Ariana Grande. No, not Ariana Grande. What was the other one?
I remember this vaguely, but I don't remember Verlander's
Kate,
dick and
Kate,
Upton's.
Oh no, Kate Upton had pictures of like her and Justin Verlander naked in a mirror, and Justin Verlander. I mean, good for him.
There was no like penetration.
No,
this isn't
no.
like Pam and Tommy.
No, it's no Pam and Tommy. It was just like selfies in the mirror. But like Justin Verlander, fairly hung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
good
his nationality?
French.
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
Really, French, and he's hung?
Uncircumcised. Like
He's got an anteater.
pretty sure.
Oh, that's
I didn't
gross.
study it too hard, but yeah, pretty sure.
Gross. Imagine being a chick and be like, "Oh, this guy's so hot," and then you get to have sex with him the first time, and he whips his dick out, and he's got a fucking elephant trunk, and you're like, "Fuck." Like, really? Like, thank God there's like 4 other billion guys on this planet. Fuck that shit.
Pretty wild.
I'm just saying that must suck.
Well, then we saw the chick from the Hunger Games butthole. That was fun.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep.
Sorry,
Yep. She was.
butthole? Is it bleached? Probably.
I mean,
I don't. Honest to God, I don't remember.
it was.
Katniss.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. I don't remember a lot of this shit.
Oh man.
Well.
So anyway,
Are you looking for the picture? Right
No, I'm looking for that picture.
I'm over here waiting. I'm like, dude, are you gonna show me something?
No.
Like, what are you doing? Oh, thought he was like siphoning through
So
to show
anyway,
me the Verlander dick.
yeah. So I'll find it. I'll send it to you. It's somewhere on my computer anyway. I saved all of it. I saved all. I
yeah.
saved the whole file. Like I just was like, yep. I'm like, I don't know why this is like. I don't want to look at these every day, but someday this is going to be useful.
You ever ran the gauntlet?
Which is
Run the gauntlet. You've never run the gauntlet. It's a Reddit thing. Fucked up. Don't do it.
no. I've been on Reddit a long time. I never heard that.
You never heard of Run the Gauntlet?
No, what is it? Enlighten
It's
me.
like 20 of the most fucked up videos you've ever seen. In order to get to the next fucked up video, you have to watch the whole. You have to watch.
Oh, what is
it's
it
like
like?
1 through 20.
Like
and it
ISIS beheading videos and all that
shit
kind of
like
shit.
that. Yeah, and some really fucked up stuff. The guy who breaks the jar in his ass. That's one of them. From
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
From
That
like
was-
the Pain Olympics and shit. There's a couple of those, but there's some other like really bad ones. I was like, whoa, dude. Like, but yeah.
I'll look it up later. I'll watch it.
I only got to I got to the homeless guy. That's all I can say. If anybody's ever ran the gauntlet, I got to the homeless guy. That was it. And then I stopped it because
All right. Oh.
I was somewhere I shouldn't be watching this anyway. You know?
Like, oh shit. Sorry, I looks over my shoulder right now. I am fucked. All right, let's nail it down with a couple of sports topics to end the show real quick. Bigger disappointments so far this year. Who is the biggest disappointment in the NFL? Obviously, you've got the Raiders, the Colts. You can throw the Broncos into that. You can throw the Packers, the Bucks.
Bucks, yup.
Who's your guy? Like, who did you guys have coming into the season as somebody that you had really high hopes for, and that has now let you down to a point where you're like, what the fuck?
Other than the obvious that we just stated?
No. Whoever it was. This
Who
is
your
your
number
personal.
one?
This is your personal opinion.
I will go and say my number one biggest shock is how bad the Green Bay Packers offense is. It's putrid.
It's god awful.
They can't do anything.
I don't understand what's going on in Green Bay. It's not Aaron Rodgers.
Every time Aaron Rodgers throws an incompletion, he looks at the sideline and goes, every single time.
It never fails.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm throwing it to the right spot. Why isn't there a receiver there?
Every time.
All right, and what do you got?
Honestly, dude, like
You can say the Colts if you want.
No, it's not. Honestly, it's not the Colts. Honestly, it's probably like the biggest, not disappointment, but something that I thought was going to be like way more like astronomical than it is. It's probably like Justin Herbert's numbers.
What, bad?
Yeah.
Well, he's not.
I thought he was gonna. I thought
To be
this was
fair-
like Herbert's. I thought he was gonna like contest like Mahomes and guys for like that number one like young gun spot.
But, I mean, Keenan Allen literally played one game this whole year, and he's being a super bitch.
Yeah, well, Keenan Allen is bitch apparently.
Wow, what a surprise!
I
Keenan
just
Allen
thought,
didn't play
honestly,
a
I just
full
thought
year.
Herbert
Oh my
was.
God.
I thought this was like
Thought we heard
Herbert's
this
year.
before.
But everybody, there's nobody on that team, though. He's like the only guy that's healthy. Everybody else is dead.
Right. No, I know. I just, like I said, I thought Herbert was going to do a lot better this year. But the Chargers, I mean, at 5-3, they're still decent. Like they're still like up there. But I'm not seeing the fireworks that I thought Herbert was going to be this year, as like everything coming in, like the hype, I guess. I believe the hype, and it's just not living up as far as him. The Colts, yeah, they fucking blow ass. It's unbelievable to me that we probably should have kept Carson Wentz at this point.
No,
Fuck.
no.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
Carson
yeah,
Wentz
yeah.
is so bad that
Dude, we benched Matt Ryan. At least Carson Wentz
Matt Ryan's also hurt.
Might have been able to get out of a couple of
No.
those sack
No.
situations. I don't know.
Dude, Carson Wentz is so bad in the Commanders. They benched him for Heineke, and now the coach was making fun of the quarterback and then had to go out and apologize to the team and to Carson Wentz because he was making fun of him to the press. That was like 3 weeks ago. Remember? It was what's his name? The old Panthers coach. I can't think of his name.
Matt Rule,
No.
John Fox,
No.
The guy from the Bears.
Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera.
Thank
Ron
you.
Rivera. Yeah,
And he was
guy
a
from the
Steelers
Bears.
coach, too.
85 Bears. Yeah. He was on the team, right?
Yes,
The
he was.
linebacker, yeah. Backup.
But he came out and shit talked and said maybe if our
Backup?
quarterback
backup?
played better, we'd been
Am I
better
misremembering
chance
that?
to win. But that was about Carson Wentz, and then they've been playing
Might be.
Taylor Heineke, however you say it,
Heineke.
and he's been doing a lot
Heineken.
better, and the team loves him.
I mean, the kid's a ball. I watched. I mean, he beat our ass, even though they fucking shouldn't have. We gave up some BS on the last drive that I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
But listen,
whatever. It is what it is. I
it's
can't
tough,
sit here and be salty
It's tough
about
to
it.
blame Matt Ryan if Matt Ryan's always on his ass too.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan wasn't the problem coming in. We had one of the best offensive lines in the fucking league, and they were just like, yeah, bye.
Maybe that's what they brought in Jeff Saturday.
Remember that fucking guy that you used to punch and the lights would show up? Remember the fucking black, I mean, not the black dude. It was a black plastic guy with green stuff on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
The fucking punching bag guy.
Oh, like the way it would light up and it told you where to punch.
We had a punch. It was a punching bag guy. That's pretty much what the Colts offensive line is at this point. They just stand there and it's like it's a fucking tackling drill for the defense.
Black guy.
I know, but it's all black plastic, and he's got like different colored like.
Yeah,
green.
what the fuck was that thing called? I
don't remember this description. Black.
Yeah, you
not
remember
a black.
That, you remember that black guy that used to light up and you punch him like?
I know it's 2022. I had to go back real quick.
Sounds,
and be like, not black guy.
Like,
I mean,
wow,
black
that sounds
plastic
terrible.
in a dummy form.
My biggest disappointment. I agree with Sean. I'm gonna go with the Packers. Second, a close second would be the Broncos, but I feel like the Broncos have turned a corner. And I'm going to say this for my Broncos fans that are listening, my Broncos brothers that are out there and sisters that are listening to this show. And I know you know that we're a Broncos-friendly program, and I try not to talk about the Broncos all the time because they're my team, but they come up because we tend to stay relevant.
Something like that.
Yeah, this is like a knockoff one.
What I saw out of the Broncos the last time they played, which was last Sunday morning in the UK against Jacksonville, the first half looked much like the first 7 weeks of the season. Like it just looked disjointed, cluster fucked, shit was fucked up. Then Lloyd Cushenberry got hurt, the center. He went down, and Glam Glasgow came in and filled in for center. And all of a sudden, the second half, and I'm telling you right now, if you're a believer in Russell or a non-believer in Russell Wilson, a hater or whatever that, get ready to eat your fucking words. Because I'm telling you right now, this Broncos team is about to make they're turning the corner on offense, and they're not going to be they might not be 2013 Broncos good.
Fuck is
Broncos
exactly.
Nobody will ever.
But they're not going to be 14 points a game bad either.
Your
this
tight
team,
end there, what's his face?
Greg Dulcich.
Yo, love that kid.
Love him.
Showed up in London.
I'm telling you right now, the switch from Cushenberry to Glasgow at center, and then what I saw out of the Broncos in that second half against Jacksonville, who is a talented, good team. I don't care what anybody says.
A lot of talent on the. Yes.
They got a lot of.
Offensive
There's
side.
a lot of talent on the offensive and the defensive side of that team, and I loved it too because I remember, celebrating the win against the Jags 2 weeks ago, and all the Raiders fans being like, "Settle down, bro. It's the Jaguars." How'd that work out for you? What I saw out of the Broncos in that second half, especially the beginning of that second half, in terms of tempo, play calling, Russ being allowed to make decisions at the line. How many times, Paul, we watched the Broncos at my house? We'd be sitting at the Fontaine Fats, and we're down there, and we're watching a Broncos game, and here comes the blitz, and here come the blitzers, right? And they're running up into the A gap or the B gap, and
showing blitz,
blitz, and Russ would
snaps it.
And the center, Russ would snap the ball right as they're getting to the gap, and they're just coming straight downhill through the gap, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, no, like you kill the play at that point, and you if for nothing else, call a dummy audible.
I would say back out,
yes,
settle down,
let them
check,
and let everybody settle down. Like they hadn't done that up until the second half of that Jacksonville game. I saw everything that I needed to see out of the Denver Broncos offense to give me enough hope to know that, okay, this team is not only getting on track, but I'm going to take it a step further. I think this team is about to go on a run. I think the Denver Broncos are going to be the story of the second half of the season. Write it down right now. Check it.
You mean you just going to catch fire at the right time?
Check that.
Look at the
I'm not even saying
Bengals.
catch
Look
fire.
at the Bengals last year.
Because I'm not even saying catch fire. What I'm saying is that we have the number 2 defense in the league, or number 1 defense. We're giving us 16 points a game. Yeah. You have a defense that's giving up 16 points a game.
Patriots.
You should be 1 loss, 2 losses, maybe.
Yeah, that's a high. I mean,
That's a low number to be given up.
Number.
The Broncos have given up the least amount of points on the season, I believe, at least leading into last week, that the 08 Steelers did.
Yes.
Which was a record-setting defense.
Yes,
that was
They're better than them, actually. The number's better than them.
No, I think it was.
It's like
right,
0.4.
I think we were 0.5 off.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I saw that.
It could have been,
I
but
saw
whatever.
that. Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, the Broncos are about to go on a run, and they're about to start. They're about to start squashing people.
They're about to go on a Brandon Stokely from Devo type crazy.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
We don't know how we did it, but we fucking did it.
Everybody laughed. They traded away Bradley Chubb, which sucks because Bradley Chubb was he's a great player, and Miami is going to benefit greatly from his presence.
Just don't get rid of Surtain. That's it.
Patrick Surtain. Everybody, listen. Everybody keeps talking about Sauce Gardner.
No, he's probably Surtain. PS2 is probably the best.
PS2 is going to be the best corner in the league.
He probably.
You know
is
why?
now.
And I'm not saying this yet, but because I only have a limited limited view of Sauce so far. PS2 is more of a playmaker.
Limited view of Sauce.
A limited view of Sauce.
I like Sauce.
I do too. I think Sauce is going to be fucking great. He is great. I mean, especially if the refs just keep letting him get away with fucking defensive pass interference left and right. Oh, he's going to have a Hall of Fame
Sauce is
career.
very flashy, and I love what he does, but I think PS2 is just a more concrete.
It's almost like he grew up with it in his blood.
Yeah, he's just. But I just think PS2 is just a more hardened, concrete version. You know what I mean? Sauce is great. He's playing damn well. It's his first year. We've seen him for 8 games.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Sauce is killing it.
I love
mean,
it.
let's be real.
And
he's getting away with a lot of defensive pass interference.
Right.
That most guys don't get away with, especially in this day and age.
No shit.
But I'm not going to fault him for that because eventually the pendulum swings the other way.
For the first time, I think, in probably 22 years, 23 years since I've actually really sat down to watch football, I'm rooting for the fucking Jets, bro. I'm actually pumped on this fucking Zach Wilson-led team. That's these young guns that are coming out here and fucking shit up. Well, no
Sean,
shit you're going to say no. No shit you're going to say no. They're in your goddamn division.
No. Before the season began, I told Joey, and I was on the air with him, and I'm not sure if you were here that week. And Joey was surprised because I said the Jets. I said are probably going to compete this year. I said I think they're a year too early, but I said they have some great young talent.
Yeah.
And I picked them at 7-10, 7-9. And Joey's like, wow, that many wins. And I'm like, dude, they're talented.
And they already got 6?
They already have 6 right now, I think. So they're gonna outperform.
6-2.
No, they're third. They're still third because everybody won this week.
Oh, right.
Buffalo lost.
Right, Buffalo lost, but they were still 6. Now they're 6-2.
Buffalo 6-2. Oh, wait. So
Buffalo lost to the Jets.
yeah. So Buffalo's 7-2 or 6-2?
No, they're 6-2.
Yeah. So then Buffalo is. I mean, the Jets are 5-4. I'm all messed up with who's what in the division. Hold on. But yeah, no. I think the Jets are very
Patriots
talented.
it goes Patriots, Dolphins,
Patriots
Jets,
are last at 5-4.
Bills.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
5-4. Right. And then it's Dolphins, Jets, Bills.
No, the Jets are
6-2, 6-3, 6-3, 5-4. Wow, what a crazy division.
Right, because I hate that trying to fucking remember who had a bye already. And who
Well,
didn't,
the NFC East, the AFC East has quickly become what we all thought the AFC West was going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine being in the AFC East right now and being like a Bills fan and being like, this is a lock. We fucking got this. Come to this year. You win fucking
bullshit.
5 games. You're sitting there and you're like, what do you mean the Jets are winning? What do you mean the Patriots? What do you mean the fucking Dolphins are winning? Who the fuck is Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? Well, we know who they are, but why is Tua throwing? I don't want to go all Terry Bradshaw in it, but why is Tua still out there throwing the ball? You know what I mean? It's insane to see that division this far, or maybe not far.
I think the most
midway through the season.
The
It's
most
crazy.
disappointing division's got to be the NFC North, right?
So
I mean, Minnesota's running away with it at 7-1. I'm pretty sure Minnesota's a game or two away from clinching a playoff spot at this point.
So it's hey, don't ask. I said, don't ask, no questions.
Yeah.
You know? Keep running with it, baby.
They're 7-1, and Green Bay's in second at 3-6. The Packers have lost 5 straight, dude. They were 3-1 at one point.
Oh my God, is that the longest losing streak in Aaron Rodgers' career?
Absolutely, it is.
Has to be 5 straight.
Absolutely, it is.
That's insane. And they're second in that division?
Yeah, they were 3-1 when they beat the Patriots in overtime. That got them to 3-1, and they've lost 5 straight to the Giants, the Jets, the Redskins,
A-Rod's wishing he fucking bailed.
the Bills, and the Lions.
Man, worst move for A-Rod. He hates that organization. He hates Green Bay. We all know it. He's trying to save face by being like a gentleman about it, but he should have fucking bounced when Devontae pieced, but he didn't tell him he was piecing. He just pieced out, and he was like, yo, you motherfucker, I thought we were coming back. So he kind of left him in the dust, but whatever.
I just don't understand. Look, if you fault Aaron Rodgers for any of the for anything that's going on in Green Bay,
no, it's the fucking organization.
You're clearly
dude.
not paying attention. The Green Bay Packers they're low key on par with the Lions and the Browns.
They're fucking
And
trash
the Raiders.
organization, dude. What?
Breaking news from Rap Sheet.
Oh boy.
Josh Allen has a partially torn UCL.
That's what we were waiting for.
And that is bad if you ever watch baseball.
What's a UCL?
UCL is when you tear the interior muscle of your connecting to your elbow.
His throwing arm?
His throwing arm.
Basically a really bad tennis elbow.
He is going to play through it, and hopefully he will be fine by the end of the season. I think that is a horrible idea for him.
I don't, because I think if he can play through it, because that's a pain tolerance issue. If the reason why I say that, Sean, is because if he can tolerate the pain, it's not going to get any worse than it is right now.
Cortisone shot. And
right,
whatever,
the injury can't get worse, right?
Yes, it can. If it's a partial tear, it could become a full tear, which needs surgery, and then you go down the Tommy John surgery route, which is very bad.
No,
you're throwing.
No,
of course you're throwing. Tommy John
is you're throwing better than you were before the surgery. I mean, there are dads that literally pitch their kids overpitch their kids to the point where they have to get Tommy John early in their career because they know if they're ever going to make it to the pros, then they never have to deal with it again.
So it's like smallpox. Oh, it's like chickenpox. Get it out of the way now.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
But no, I think
you got a surgery.
Yes, it could be, but I don't think they would let him. They wouldn't let him play if it was going to get worse. That's got to be one of those injuries where it's just a pain tolerance deal, and he'll be if he can tolerate the pain, then he can play. That's what's going to end up being the bottom line.
I figured like tearing any kind of tendon like that, boy.
I'm just saying, because there's no way in fucking hell the Bills are going to roll the dice on their multi-$100 million investment.
We are talking about the Bills. You realize that, right? With a history of ignorant decisions.
Right, but this is not the Bills of old. And they have not had a quarterback or a player like this in their...
Yes, you're right, but what if their greed and impatience from waiting is forced them to be like, man, this is our year. Like, if you can't make it this year, like, we might not be back here next year. You know what I mean? Like, what if that internal clock is like, we got to do it now?
Well, shit. We talked about that very thing.
That shit then.
We said that same thing when they lost to the Chiefs last year, right? When they lost to the Chiefs in that playoff game in the divisional round, and we sat here and we said, and everybody kept saying like, well, it's the Bills. They got Josh Allen. It's fine. They'll be back. And you go, but there's no guarantee he'll be back. There's never a guarantee he'll be back. Just like with Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
You think they're going to make it back?
What do you think? Like, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they came out, they goes, yeah, we lost this Super Bowl, but, we'll be back to another one. It's like, you sure about that?
Yeah.
You do realize how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl, right?
You got a better chance on betting on the universe, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what the fuck, man?
It's just one of those things, like, so, no, I disagree, Sean. I think he's going to be fine. I think this is a pain tolerance thing.
Joey, how we know the NFL and Josh Allen, how often have I said this? The play that he got hurt was he did not run. But that game, he took a fucking beating against the Jets. And then that one throw, his arm got bent back, and he was like, "Shit!" How many times does he take unnecessary hits, unnecessary blows? Instead of running out of bounds, gets tackled out of bounds.
But you can't contribute that to the fact that he got an elbow injury.
You can't.
He basically got a really bad diagnosis of tennis elbow. I mean, my wife dealt with that. It took my wife from fucking January.
Your wife's not getting hit by men.
But it took my wife from January to May. She's
so bad.
I know. I was like,
she's getting hit by a man.
Again, shadow ban next week. We're not gonna anything. We've talked about everything.
God, I hope my in-laws aren't listening to this. They'll be like, "Ew." But no, he's
someone's gonna target that elbow. You know it. You know some of those guys are gonna be
target an elbow. Listen, as somebody
they go for a sec, they put a little bit more pressure.
As somebody's played the game, Sean. Honestly, I can tell you.
You know how people are.
At no point does anybody think, "Ooh, I got the right arm in my grasp. Let me just kind of jujitsu." It's like, no, it doesn't happen that way. It might happen, but nobody, literally nobody on the field is going into it and going, all right, I got him lined up.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, but the play, after the play.
Left elbow, bang.
Right elbow.
When you're going in, you're going to go sack him, and then after the play, you go, yeah, and you're like, oh, shit, that was his arm, wasn't it? Ooh,
no, wait.
But you don't do that thinking about it. It might happen, but you don't go into it thinking like
that's when it does.
Well, that's the
How
thing.
does he not remember several players? How do you not remember Mike Vrabel trying to twist off Westbrook's balls and the huddle in the Super Bowl?
That's different, though.
That's balls. I mean,
but that's a running back that's running into a pile, and you're a linebacker. Like you know, as a linebacker, you are going to end up in a scrum with a running back at some point. And
Vontez Perfect.
Vontez Perfect he didn't, but he wasn't. What do you think?
Asshole.
What do you think? Vontez Perfect was able to be like, that's the injured body part. I'm gonna go for that.
Yes.
No.
He's probably the only one.
No, he wasn't.
Yes,
he was just like
that motherfucker is a heat-seeking
Vontez
missile.
Perfect's fucking MO was
helmet to helmet, bitch.
If you take off the head, the body will follow, and that's what he did.
Listen, also Joey's Twitter friend Bernard Pollard. Bernard Pollard, I don't think was dirty, but I think he just happened to hit some random body parts that are very crucial to certain players.
Well, on that play, if you look back, he's already on the ground, and he just makes a worm extra effort to get contact on Brady. He didn't go after the legs. He was just like, I need to make contact.
No, that was
did.
no, that was fine.
It was clean.
No, that was fine. Except the helmet just hit Brady right below the knee.
I thought it was clean.
And
He
popped
was
it.
He was out there like his life depended on it.
Honestly,
That's how you want every football player to play.
My parents' dog Bailey, who's a Yorkie, she could have torn Tom Brady's ACL on that play.
Yes, you're joking, but you're not.
If
joking.
I just happen to haphazardly just be like, Bailey, go hug Tom Brady, and it hit him in the knee at that very point, that would have done it.
You know what's funny?
I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything away from the great one, the man whose fan club I did and am solely responsible for starting on September 7th, 2008. Okay,
Matt Castle, you ever play football before? I get fucking ready.
Exactly.
He was a backup his whole life.
Bernard Pollard may or may not be the only Chiefs jersey I might consider owning. Probably buy his Ravens jersey at this point, but nonetheless. But no, there's nobody out there that can go out there and no one goes out into a game of football and says, all right, hey guys, he's got a banged up ankle. I mean, don't get me wrong, you might get a run, if Lamar Jackson goes out there and they say hey, he's gonna, what are you fucking giggling at?
First of all, I didn't even know this was a thing. Vermont proposal 2 to ban slavery. Okay, this is on this year's.
Wait,
Jesus Christ.
Vermont is just now banning slavery?
So, look, 26% of the district, it was 84,000 votes have been counted. 88.8% voted yes. It says 9,520 people said no to keep slavery. And this dude retweets it with this photo.
Really? Wow, hey guys, it's a couple hundred years old, but in case you missed the memo.
Vermont proposal number 2: ban slavery. No.
Hey, who wants to tell Vermont they don't have to put that on the ballot?
Jesus Christ.
Really? Right in front of my crab rangoons?
Listen, just in case you weren't sure what they meant, Amendment 2 for Vermont means that the Vermont Constitution will prohibit any slavery by any indentured servitude in any form. So just in case you didn't understand what slavery meant, you can't have any slaves of any kind.
I wonder if they got like an. I wonder if they've had like an influx of like hippie colonies up there, or you know what I mean? Like where they're like, hey man, like I'm gonna like provide you shelter and food, and like you're totally gonna do all my lawn work for me.
Nah, that's what the fuck kind of system do they call that? That's actually a thing. Like I'm a plumber, you're an electrician. I'm gonna plumb your house, but you're gonna wire mine. We don't actually have currency.
It's called a society.
No. There's
or
a specific
town.
No. There's no form of currency, you asshole.
Where people
you exchange
goods for services.
No, you just exchange services. That's it. There's no currency involved.
Uh-huh.
There's no like money.
I believe
it's like
that's
you're
called
a baker.
communism. Because you're you're forced to do it against your
nobody's
will.
forced to do anything. I forget what the fuck it's called, dude. It's like there's no money involved.
Yeah.
I build houses.
It's a cash
I build
society.
everybody a
Oh,
house.
I build houses. Oh, I build cars. Well, I happen to build microchips and computers. Okay. Well, do you want my microchips, my cars, and my houses? Well, then fucking pay me, bitch. Yeah, it's called communism in a society. Thanks for boiling that down. Paul just took a fucking online class at the fucking whatever that DeVry University.
No.
Oh, the online one?
Yeah.
Jacoby Jones has a son, also named Jacoby Jones.
Mm.
And he's a wide receiver.
Keeping the fuck away from Denver.
Someone tweeted the first tweet under this thing was, "Is he going to Denver?" Followed by "Future Patriot."
Last thing we'll touch on. Obviously, the Jeff Saturday thing was funny as fuck.
I showed him the quote when you were talking to Marcus on air. It says, Jeff Saturday, shocked to receive phone call he was offered head coaching position.
Which, I mean, as he should be, because it was very, very unlikely, and it's never been a thing. But of course, Jamel Hill, who I don't even know, like, who pays this bitch for her contributions? Seriously, who is paying her salary? You've got
The Athletic.
The Athletic. Isn't that owned by?
No idea. I thought that was independent.
No, I'm fairly sure that's owned by was it Steve Jobs' widow?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's Steve Jobs' widow that owns the Athletic. Anyway, another leftist liberal rag, which apparently pays Jamel Hill to sow racism everywhere she can find. She tweeted this, and I'll put the tweet up on the screen because this is funny as fuck to me. She said, "I like Jeff Saturday and enjoyed working with him at ESPN. This is not a critique of him, but rather it should be an NFL system, but whatever, who cares? She's black, so it doesn't matter. She gets paid no matter what. An NFL system that constantly moves the goalposts, why is that one word, but whatever, for white coaches, but holds black. Now, notice how she capitalizes black. White coaches, lowercase w, but black coaches, uppercase black.
Yeah,
okay.
but she's openly racist, though.
But I started that shit if you ever notice any of my posts, I don't capitalize Tom Brady, like the T or the B. I don't capitalize the N or the E in New England for Patriots.
Right.
I've been doing that for like, shit, how long social media been around?
A long ass time.
Yeah. So whatever. Thanks, Jamel. I honestly, Jamel Hill, I'm flattered. But holds black coaches to tighter standards. A black coach likely would never be in Jeff's position. So all right, I got some fucking questions here for Miss Jamel Hill. First of all, why haven't you blocked me yet? Seriously.
Bitch.
Get on with it. Second of all, you're a fucking clown. Now to the questions. She likes Jeff Saturday. She was a co-worker at ESPN with Jeff Saturday. So she knows Jeff Saturday on a personal level. She's not attacking Jeff Saturday, but she's attacking the NFL, basically saying that this constantly moves the goalposts for white coaches and holds black coaches to tighter standards. Now, I'm excuse me if I'm just missing the entire point here. A black coach would likely never have been in Jeff's position. You're right. A black coach would likely never have been in Jeff's position because Jeff is the first person to ever be in his position.
Yes.
Where he was just randomly called by the owner of the team that he used to formerly play for as an analyst at ESPN, was like, "Hey, what you doing tomorrow, Sunday? Feel like coaching a football team?" Like, no, that's never fucking happened.
And
to
who's going to turn
anyone.
that down?
Well, not even that, but it's never happened to anybody. No one's ever been in that position. No one, literally, Jeff Saturday is literally the first guy to ever be in this position.
Literally.
Period.
He has no coaching experience at all.
None.
No high school, and he's losing in that, but whatever.
And they're like,
really?
And so,
Yeah.
of course, leave it up to Jamel Hill and The Atlantic, which I swear to God, if you honestly subscribe to The Atlantic, because every time I get, click on one of their articles to read it because I want to see how stupid it is, I get hit with a paywall, and I'm like, wait, people pay for this shit?
Oh, my God.
I'm like, oh my God, these
Not surprised.
RG,
I'm honestly not surprised.
I'm not either, but these are the same people that voted for Maura Healey. So.
Right, yeah, right.
RG3 made a funny comment about the Jeff Saturday thing. He said Jeff Saturday being hired as the Colts as the next head coach of the Colts is a head scratcher. Just like Stephen A. Smith will be coaching the Nets next week. That would be hilarious.
Wow, no shit. RG3 making comments about people coaching and doing anything about football. Maybe he should actually, not get hurt and actually, fulfill a career.
No, I thought that was
shit.
no, but he just.
I hate fucking
It's
RG3.
like, hey, RG3, we loved you for that 1 year at Marshall.
Yeah, Baylor.
No.
Baylor, what did I say?
Baylor. It was
Yeah,
Baylor.
Marshall Baylor.
Hey,
who
RG3,
cares?
we loved you for that, 3 games you actually put together while you weren't fucking hurt
Yeah.
in the NFL. And
I
now you
mean,
think you're somebody. Fuck out of here,
That's
dude.
pretty funny though. Stephen A. Smith to be the next coach of the Nets. I'm like, that would be pretty funny.
That would be pretty fucking funny. That being said, the whole and of course, everybody starts going like, I went through the Twitter thread on Jamel Hill's post. I went through the whole thread. The amount of people that are sitting there like, well, what about the Rooney Rule? What about the Rooney Rule? I'm like, bro, the Rooney Rule
It doesn't come into effect right now.
doesn't fucking matter right now. That only applies in the offseason when you're when you're interviewing head coaches.
Searching.
It has nothing to do with interim head coaches. So it just goes to show you that people like Jamel Hill, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Bomani Jones, Dan Lebitard, basically anybody who works at fucking ESPN now, they're all fucking sellouts. They're all fucking losers. And yeah, sure, cool. They made their money, whatever. I don't give a flying fuck. Fuck you. That's what I got to say to you. Fuck you. You ruined this whole. I used to think I wanted to work at ESPN. I used to think as a kid in college, I was like, oh my God, ESPN.
Dream job.
That's the dream job. That's the holy grail. That's what we worked for. That's what I was angling for. Now I'm like, God damn, I would have been fucking fired in 5 minutes from there. A straight white male who wasn't willing to go along with their fucking idiot policies, and Jamil Hill got paid $6 million a year from ESPN to fucking do the 6, which got canceled before I think it was a year old. With what was that fucking dude's name? The other black dude there.
I'm trying to think of his name.
Oh God, I can't even think of his name. Smith.
No.
Something Smith. Yeah, it was something. He was the most vanilla white guy of all time. Black guy of all time. It was whatever.
It's most vanilla.
It doesn't matter. That used to be the dream job. Now I'm just like, bro, I hope that fucking place burns to the ground. I literally hope ESPN just implodes on itself, and they already kind of are.
I can't think of his name now. The most vanilla.
Just look up the 6.
I know.
He was the most vanilla black guy of all time. He was so non-offensive to everybody.
Oh my God!
He was like he tried to be down the middle of the road, and they like tried to make Jamil Hill be like the edgy one.
Michael Smith.
Smith. Thank you.
The Boston guy.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, well, we're gonna make Jamil Hill the edgy one, and she's gonna be like cool and whatever. And like it just failed so fucking hard. It was so pathetic. It was so just over the top, egregious, and that was back when they were just like, fuck white people. That was their whole mantra at ESPN. They fired Kenny Mayne and Chris Berman and all the old white guys and everybody. Dan Patrick was long gone at that point, but everybody who was like an older white guy got fired from ESPN because they're like, nope, we're going in a new direction. We're going to be more woke and we're going to make sure we speak to the minorities here. And it's like, bruh. This is trash. And that's why ESPN's been hemorrhaging money now for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And Disney is considering shit-canning the whole project.
Good,
so
they should. But probably make it better.
The day ESPN folds up and goes off air,
I'll be fine.
I will pop a bottle of champagne.
I'll be fine. I don't watch ESPN for anything anymore. Not a single thing.
The only thing I use them for is
the Mancast?
Manicast.
Oh.
That's it.
I was going down this hole of just seeing if I can find any more Jeff Saturday information, and I have this amazing quote from Jim Irsay, who just says, "I didn't want someone spoiled by being a head coach or have any coaching experience in the NFL."
Listen,
that is something.
I'm not going to talk shit about Jim Irsay because he's not wrong. They are the 4th most winning franchise since he took
2000.
over. And
upper quartile of the upper quartile.
The upper quartile of the upper quartile. And, whatever. That was a very, how do I say, Trumpian misspeak on his part.
Yeah,
because,
he fucked it all up.
Trump's the kind of guy that will lie about being like the crowd size at a rally or his golf score or whatever. But Joe Biden will straight up lie to you and be like, I got arrested when I went to free Nelson Mandela from prison. It's like, nope, you were never there. Actually, we know where you were. Or I finished top of my scholar. I was the top scholar in my law class. It's like, nope. Actually, you almost got thrown out for plagiarism. Or he's like, I talked to the guy who invented insulin, and it's like, wow, that's weird because the guy who invented insulin died 2 years before you were born.
Remember Al Gore invented the internet?
Yeah, that whole thing. I don't know why liberals have to lie all the time. It's just so weird.
Because there's a lot of dumb people out there to believe them.
It's true. But to my point, which was what?
Jim Irsay.
Jim Irsay, he might say like silly things like that, but Jim Irsay is actually a very calculated, cold killer. In terms of being an owner. That man, I swear to God, if he was my owner, I would not be upset about it. I'd be upset based on the performance of my team. But then again, I don't know that Jim Irsay, it's not like where we look at Dallas and we say like, okay, Jerry's the problem. Jim Irsay is not the problem in Indy. Jim Irsay is, he gives everybody everything that they need. He hires them and he says, here's every resource you could possibly imagine. Give me a Super Bowl winning team.
Do what we need to do.
Do what we need to do. And then, you know what? That fails. And honestly, I mean, for most teams in the league, I mean, look, what we saw out of New England with Belichick and Kraft, or what we're seeing
never see again.
You'll probably never see that again. So stop holding yourself to that standard.
Stop putting the pussy on a pedestal.
Pussy liar.
By the way, I was looking through the rabbit hole of like Jim Irsay tweets.
Yeah.
And Jim Irsay, the reason for picking him for Jeff Saturday was that because he doesn't want someone spoiled by having any head coaching or NFL experience for coaching.
Oh.
So he wants someone with no coaching experience, that way they're not ruined by the NFL.
To be like, all right, this is what I got. All right, we'll deal with it. Instead of, wait a minute, what do you mean I don't have Devontae Adams and I don't have,
I mean,
fucking,
wait,
I gotta this guy and that guy.
I got to get to the first thing that Jeff Saturday did today.
Oh?
He promoted the assistant quarterbacks coach.
He's 30 years old.
Defensive coordinator.
Oh, defensive coordinator?
Offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the 30-year-old kid, the ginger kid.
He's the assistant quarterbacks coach.
Yeah, I know.
He's not even the quarterbacks coach.
Let's go, baby.
The quarterback coach is like, he's what?
We're
Honestly,
winning. Hey, we're not losing
like,
a game
I
from
feel like
here
Jim.
on out.
I feel like Jim Irsay might be reshaping the league as we know it,
dude.
Where if you're in the middle of a season where you're like, "Fuck it, we're done, we're tanking, this is it." You know what? Let's give the 30-year-old assistant quarterbacks coach a shot to call the fucking plays. Let's see what you can do, bitch.
I want to see circus plays. I want the Benny Hill theme playing every time we're on the fucking field. And I don't want I don't want the defense or the offense opposing to know anything of what we're going to do. And I think this is the perfect setup to have that happen. Because you know what? Jeff Satter's going to be like, punt it. Yeah, fake punt. Guess what? We're gonna fake everything.
If he just goes for
it's a fake.
Hey,
Keith Amber, we're just gonna get Keith Amber as the fucking special teams coach.
What if
faking it?
What if he deactivates
right.
the punter for Sunday? He just says you're not dressing for today.
That'd be dope. The other team would be like, what?
Hey yo, what?
What?
He's like, we're going for it every fourth
What do you
down.
mean they're What are they doing? Scramble mode, and then they fuck them up so much. You got, Kyler Murray, whoever the hell they're playing,
and
throwing it
Josh
backwards.
McDaniels just like brain overload. He's like, clunk, clunk, clunk. What would Bill do? Clunk, clunk.
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
Maybe if we lose yards, we'll win, and that's it's like reverse psychology. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the water boy? Well, they kept the water boy off the field, so they just kept kneeling it.
Yeah, needle dick. Yeah.
H2O. Yeah. All right. Let's. I think that should probably wrap it up right there.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything? Will the Lakers?
Green Bay sucks. The Lakers suck.
Will the Lakers turn it around? Yes.
No.
Yes, they will.
No.
Nah.
Just like the Broncos are going to turn around, the Lakers are going to turn it around
I have
too.
more faith in the Broncos turning it around than I do in the
Anthony
Lakers.
Davis is a forget it. I can't.
Anthony Davis will not be a part of this turnaround. Mark my words.
His legs are broken.
He will not be part of this turnaround.
Well,
mark my
yeah,
words.
because Anthony Davis and Westbrook are going to be on the Nets.
Because
and then we're going to get Kyrie and KD, baby.
There was a reason why Kyrie turned around to one of the fans when they said, "When you playing for LA?" And he said, "Soon enough." He wasn't lying.
And
one way or another, like we said at the gym today, I said the Nets owners were like, "We're never getting rid of Kyrie." Hey, there's only one way we're getting rid of Kyrie. And then Kyrie goes, "I don't like Jews," and they were like, "Fuck." He fucking nailed it. You're gone. God damn it. How do you know that? Who told him? And now he's gone.
Who gave him the cheat sheet?
It was Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
So-
I hate you. Oh shit. All right, you're gone now. All right.
I think Kyrie's going to get released by the Nets because he's not going to bend down to the six bullet point list that he has to
He didn't bend
abide
down
by.
to the government for a shot.
No.
He's not bending down to the Nets, and I honestly respect the fuck out of Kyrie for that.
I don't know if I respect all of his views, especially when it comes to Jews.
What's his views on Jews?
I actually don't even know because I don't think he actually said anything about Jewish
just
people.
posted a film
I think
about
he just
something, right?
retweeted a documentary that was already out there and was like with this emoji, with the Freddie Kitchens.
Harvey Weinstein was a Jew. He was a bad person.
I mean, and then Adam Silver, also
This guy
Jewish.
was a Jew. He's a bad person.
So anyway, I'm not saying it's. Listen, two of my best friends growing up were Jewish. Okay, I went to the synagogue with them. Okay, I learned about
You went to the
Abraham and Isaac.
And gefilte fish.
Yeah, and gefilte fish. And I mean, listen, all my friends, my two of my best friends were Jewish growing up, and they were awesome.
I love them.
They were fucking sweet, and their families are sweet. They're not weird or like evil or anything. I have no idea. I'm not big on the anti-Semitism. I'm not one of those guys.
I don't know where it comes from.
I'm not the I'm not an anti-Jew guy. How do I put that? Like more, I can't say it more blatantly than that.
I'm not
I'm not an anti-Jew guy. I like Jewish people. They're fucking
Hold
funny.
on, I'm waiting for it.
All right. What was the grape wine that they used to drink there? Oh my God, started with an M. Fuck me. Anyway, it was funny. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. But Kyrie's kind of. We all know he's a mental midget.
He lost a lot of money.
Yeah, well, Nike canceled him. Yeah. So he's done.
Hey there, 4-year-old. You better keep sewing that shoe. What do you mean you don't like Jewish people? Bye.
Yeah,
Like,
right, exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, the
Fucking Nike.
NBA,
Fuck Nike.
the NBA might be the single most hypocritical league I've ever seen in my entire life. I hope it burns and dies. Honestly, I would love nothing more than to see the NFL and the NBA just completely collapse and just be left in ruins and just
I would
nobody.
still be a Ducks fan if they wore plain white jerseys. Let's just say that.
Yep, but I would love nothing more for any of them because then you know what also it would do? It would release me from having to do this show every Tuesday. And I'd just be like, well, we have no sports to talk about, so awesome. Cool. I don't have to do this. And then I could just
politics it is,
and
bitch.
then politics it is. Or I could just live stream myself fucking iRacing at Talladega or playing Call of Duty, which is way more fucking interesting anyway.
I'll eat kale soup and fat, and we'll just post that.
Dude, we'll make millions.
Yep.
Fucking billions.
God
actually.
damn it. It bleeped out the whole thing I was waiting for.
Ah, you suck. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We have gone way over schedule. Actually, not too much.
Half hour. Things happen.
No, we've only been on for 19 minutes longer than we should have been. So we're doing okay. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you all next week right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide, 8:30 p.m.-ish. We try to get on at 8:30, but it's usually 8:40, 8:41.
Yeah, that's me.
Just be there.
Just be there. Whatever. Follow the fucking show page. Follow us on Mixler. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on fucking Apple. Honestly, don't follow us at all. I don't really give a fuck anymore. Whatever.
Sheesh.
Seriously, I don't have the energy. Fuck you. Anyway.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Get off my
We'll be
lawn.
back next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m.
Will we?
Yeah, goddamn right. Listen.
I don't want to do this anymore. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Just because I don't have the energy to tell people how to fucking find us and where to go and all that shit.
If we're shadow banned, we'll see you the week after.
Yeah, I mean we get banned once a week. Whatever. Who cares?
I'm calling it now. Something next week. Something's not gonna work, and we're gonna be like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, I understand. By the way, the bottom, it blurred out everything you said I was waiting for. It was like asterisk, like all the way across the bottom of the screen. I was like, Jesus.
Nice.
I can't wait to see the screenshot you took.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. Thank you. We only do this for you guys. We don't make a dime off of this. So be sure to like and share. Get it out there. So maybe someday we can make more than a dime off of this. But we're not holding our breath. Sean just sent me a message.
That was me.
All right. Until next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. This show will be up live. This show will be up. The replay will be up on Spotify here in a couple of minutes. So we'll talk to y'all next week. Love you.
Later.
Peace. Enjoy your weekend. Go Broncos.
Bye.
Let's ride.